Good evening, dear all. We are the mentors for the today's session. Myself, Nisha.
And myself, Megha.
Welcome to you all on today's live learning class on the paper 2 of the CA Intermediate course, Corporate and Other Laws, under the new scheme, the new course. Yes, dear students, it's an immense pleasure to connect you through this platform this time because you are also new on this platform. And through this introductory class, we are going to stimulate or are going to make you conversant with this new subject for many of the students. Though this subject was earlier also, but besides, under the new scheme, many changes have been made in this paper in light with the changing scenario, the global needs of the chartered accountancy profession. So this introductory class or the first class of the subject is to stimulate interest about the course and to activate the relevant prior knowledge. So this is a wonderful opportunity to introduce yourself and your goal for the course. In fact, if you see since with the evolving role of the chartered accountants, many changes are day by day recommended in the curriculum also. There are certain requirements that CA should be aware and conversant with various latest statutes that are prevalent and relevant in today's corporate world so that they are well conversant with the legal, norms and requirements and the compliances. If you see the traditional role of the chartered accountant restricted to accounting and auditing, but has now changed substantially. And there has been a marked shift towards the strategic decision-making and entrepreneurial roles that is added towards the traditional financial reporting. The primary factor, that is responsible for such a change are the increasing business complexities. And besides, the borderless economies consequent due to leap in the e-commerce. Also, the emergence of the new financial instruments emphasize on the corporate social responsibility, significant development in the information technology, and so on. So these factors necessitate an increase in the competence level of chartered accountants to take the role of not merely an accountant or auditor, but as a global solution provider. So the new course, the new syllabus developed under this new scheme of training and scheme and education, our study material has been in sync with the requisite of the dynamic global business environment and the competence requirement. And therefore, ICAI has adopted competency framework for assessment. And therefore, they have categorized the different set of the skills which are being expected from the students to demonstrate in the examination. So when we talk about the skill requirement at the intermediate level, why this has been specified so that in order to meet up the skill requirement that examination expects from the students at the CA intermediate level, you are required to study in that manner only. With that, the objective, that what are the objective of the paper. So to meet up the objective of the paper, the skill requirement has been specified at the intermediate level. So at the intermediate level, you are expected to not only acquire the professional knowledge, but also the ability to apply such knowledge in problem solving. In fact, we could make it out there are many students who are of Hindi medium also.
Yes.
So it's very simple, my dear friends. सबसे पहले तो आप सबको बहुत बहुत नमस्कार और आपका इस हम सेशन में स्वागत करते हैं। जी हाँ, बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज के लिए एक बहुत ही अच्छा, मतलब आप कह सकते हैं चांस, एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, अवसर है, यस, जिसके थ्रू हम आपसे डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट कर सके, आपके जो भी इश्यूज है उनको टेकअप कर सके। कहते हैं कि जो इंट्रोडक्टरी क्लास होती है उसकी एक अपनी इंपॉर्टेंस होती है, क्योंकि वो आपका बेस बिल्ड करता है कि आपको अपनी स्टडीज में क्या पढ़ना है, कैसे पढ़ना और क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है। क्योंकि चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी प्रोफेशन आपका एक नॉर्मल ग्रेजुएट लेवल का कोर्स नहीं है, इट इज अ प्रोफेशनल कोर्स। सो देयर इज अ स्किल मतलब कि आपका किस लेवल का आपकी नॉलेज चाहिए, आपका एप्लीकेशन कैसा होना चाहिए, आप जो भी आपने पढ़ा है उसको आप कैसे अप्लाई करेंगे डिफरेंट सिनेरियोज में, डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस में, और आपने जो चीज अर्जित करी, जो नॉलेज आपने लिया है, हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू implement or write in your answers that is being expected by the examination. So this is something about the skill requirement. Then if you talk about the corporate and the other laws, देखने में बहुत बड़ा नाम है, it seems to be very lengthy name, but yes, only just the 5 acts are there, so you can easily do it, my dear friends. अगर आप फाउंडेशन का देखेंगे अंडर न्यू कोर्स में तो there are
7.
हाँ, 1 is the legal background,
Yes.
let's take 6
6
acts.
acts.
Yes, तो देखा जाए तो आपका इंटरमीडिएट में तो और भी कम है, but my dear friends, there is a difference, the level of knowledge, the level of expectations, that is totally altogether different. यहाँ पे intermediate level में you require to apply and analyze the knowledge what you have gained and learned under the different situations. तो इसलिए यहाँ पर आपकी expectations level different है. और जो ये subject है, अगर आप देखोगे, it is very dynamic, very interesting, because it regulates the relationship between the business and the profession. जो प्रोफेशन आप लोग कर रहे हैं उस चीज को रेगुलेट करने के लिए देयर आर सर्टेन एक्ट्स. इफ यू आर इन द कॉर्पोरेट्स, if you are acting as a consultant, so there are certain regulations and the compliances that you need to be aware of. तो इसलिए ये एक तरह का relationship है between the business and the profession. So in specific, the student should have the knowledge of the legal framework which influences business transactions, in fact, right? And this paper intends to make the students aware of the legal provisions of the selected laws and to analyze and apply the related provisions addressing issues on moderate complex situations. क्योंकि इंटरमीडिएट है तो आपसे बहुत ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट लेवल को नहीं पूछ के मॉडरेट लेवल पे जो कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी है उसको टेस्टिंग किया जाएगा. सो पेपर 2 ऑन कॉर्पोरेट एंड अदर लॉज बेसिकली 2 आप कह सकते हैं पार्ट्स में डिवाइडेड है, विच वी शैल बी टेकिंग अप इन डिटेल लेटर ऑन. बट यस, दिस इज अबाउट द सिलेबस एंड आई कुड ओनली से ऑल अबाउट कि आप लोगों को अपने आप को इस नए कोर्स में जब आपने एंट्री किया है बहुत सा डर होगा, बहुत सा भ्रम होगा कि हाउ वी आर गोइंग टू प्रोसीड एंड एक्सिक्यूट आवर द प्लानिंग एंड द this you can say the implementation of the process or the preparations. So I'm telling you this is the right time, क्योंकि कहते हैं आपको 8 महीने का रीडिंग टाइम पीरियड दिया गया है. So you have to plan accordingly. So it's the right time. अगर आपने अभी भी स्टार्ट नहीं किया तो प्लीज माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, इट्स रिक्वेस्टेड टू स्टार्ट अप योर स्टडीज right at this moment only, and very soon our technical session will be started. So there, please come beforehand with the reading of the topic.
Chapters.
Yes, so that you can come up your queries at the very same moment during the session itself. And since the sessions will be taken by the subject experts, so definitely it will give you exposure to the practical aspect also related to the subject. And in that case, you will be very well be able to understand the intricacy of the subject and its application. फिर स्वामी विवेकानंद जी भी ये बात कहते हैं कि all powers is within you. Yes. You can do anything and everything. तो इसलिए आप कुछ भी कर सकते हैं, लेकिन प्लानिंग चाहिए, स्ट्रेटेजी चाहिए, प्रॉपर प्रिपरेशन, यानी कि कोई भी काम टाइम पड़ेगा, एक शेड्यूल बनाना पड़ेगा, सो दैट यू कैन प्रोसीड इन दैट ऑर्डर ओनली. डोंट लीव इट फॉर द लास्ट आवर, डोंट लीव इट फॉर द 11th hour. Otherwise, the time will be very limited for your planning and the preparation. And these 2 pointers, the planning and the preparation, are the key to the success. Remember that. But yes, it should be done and proceed in a timely manner. Even Shakespeare जी भी कहते हैं, it is better the 3 hours sooner than a minute late. मतलब ये कि एक अगर आप भले ही 3 घंटे पहले वो कार्य कर लीजिए, वो ज्यादा अच्छा है rather than getting a minute late. That is also will be considered too late. So in fact, time has its own importance and relevance, particularly at this moment when you get only the limited time period for studies and everything. और ये भी कहते हैं कि put your heart, mind and soul into even your smallest acts also. क्योंकि a big journey begins with the small steps that you are taking. So please go with this positive mindset और आगे बढ़िए. और फिर भी किसी कारण से अगर आप अपने कैरियर में या अपने फेज में सफलता नहीं प्राप्त कर पाते तो don't get annoyed or don't be in tension, don't be in anxiety. कहते हैं अगर जिंदगी में कुछ पाना हो तो तरीके बदलो, इरादे नहीं. So don't lose your hope, because hope is the greatest thing through which you can achieve anything in your life. And learning is always a process which comes from a mistakes that we commit on our day-to-day life, or something which we learn from the experience of the others or from the defeat of ourselves. But we should never lose hope and should keep on moving. So with this positive side, let's start up with the session for the day.
Yes, dear students, The entire session, as very well explained by Nisha, that this entire session is held for your preparation and planning. Because an hour of planning can save your 10 hours of doing. So it is very much aware that before doing anything, your preparing is the key to success. So planning is a must. So before going to the session, we are thus taking the object of scheduling this class. The first object of scheduling this class is to introduce with the subject. Okay, what is subject about? As you must be aware, I think you have got the study material. You have look into the BOS website. You look into the syllabus. The paper 2 corporate and other laws has been divided into 2 parts. Part 1 is your company law, that is of 70 marks, and part 2 is other laws, that is comprising of 30 marks. Part 1 company law is further subdivided into 2 parts, that is Companies Act 2013, and the other act is your LLP. It was earlier not there in the paper 2 intermediate, but now it has been shifted. It has come into intermediate. So we will look into the syllabus in detail. Just hold it on. Screen not. Okay. Yes. If we look into the BOS website, there is a study material new scheme link. As you must be aware that we have introduced the study material in July 2023 only, and the new scheme, the study material has been prepared on the new scheme. If we go into the paper 2 corporate and other laws, there are 3 modules. We have prepared our entire study material into 3 modules, module 1, module 2, and module 3. If we go to in these modules, the chapter wise sequencings are given. If we look at the module 1, click at the initial pages. We can see that syllabus. Yes, before going to the session, we must be understanding that what is in the syllabus, what are the chapters we are covering in the syllabus. So we can plan accordingly that how many chapters are there, which chapters we have to devote more time, which chapters we have to devote less time. So before taking the technical sessions, we will just discuss the syllabus. As earlier said also that the syllabus has been divided into two parts. Part 1 is your company law, LLP, which is of 70 marks. If you look that company law, the objective of this part 1 is to develop an understanding of the legal provisions and acquire the ability to analyze and apply the laws in practical situations. There are 2 laws covered in the part 1, that is your Companies Act 2013, and second is your Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008. And in the intermediate level, we are covering from section 1 to section 148 of the Companies Act, and some sections apart from 148, which is based on the foreign company. This chapter 11, Companies Incorporated Outside India, is a new chapter. Earlier, there was chapters up to 10, only chapter 10, that is section 148, but new chapter has been introduced, like that is Companies Incorporated Outside India. So we have given all these chapters into the study material, and one more part, that is Limited Liability Partnership Act 2008, including important rules, has been incorporated in this act. So moving further, we can see that part 2. What is part 2? Part 2 is your other laws, that is of 30 marks. And there are 3 acts covered here. That is, first act is your Journal Clauses Act 1897. Second is your Interpretation of Statutes. And third chapter is freshly introduced into the new scheme, that is the Foreign Exchange Management Act 99. If we look at the objectives of part 2, what are the objectives of reading this acts? One objective is to develop an understanding of the General Clauses Act. That means an overview of the General Clauses is given. No practical exposure of this act will be asked during the examination. Then to develop an understanding of the rules of interpretation of statutes, and C, to have basic understanding of the Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999. Earlier, this chapter FEMA was covered in our final paper 4, Corporate and Economic Laws, but now the Foreign Exchange Management has been divided into 2 parts. It is covered under Set A also, and it is covered, the basic introduction we have covered at the intermediate level. So you can see that two parts have been divided. Part 1 is your company law, 70 marks, and part 2 is your other laws, 30 marks. Part 1 is further subdivided into two parts, Companies Act 2013 and LLP Act 2008.
Yes. In fact, Foreign Exchange Management Act, because SET, it is also the part of the SET.
Yes.
SET is mandatory for
Final
you students,
yes.
yeah, before appearing for the finals.
Finally.
So you cannot ignore over here something what you are going to study, the basics over here, that will be helping you at that self-paced paper also. Then we are seeing that many students are saying good evening, and they are saying the video keep freezing. So we'll be just intimating the same to our technical department regarding this video problem or technical glitches.
Please look into it, Mr. Manish.
Mr. Manish, are you there? So students are complaining, yeah, that video is keep freezing and all these things. Screen is not clear.
Okay, just look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, student, this is one more thing that I would like to bring to your notice regarding that this overview of the things has been said about. So this, let me tell you one thing, when considering an overview, you cannot ignore these topics, but these topics are also very important at the same time. If you see for the Companies Act, for company law portion, part A, they have allotted total 70 marks, right? But you are seeing there is an LLP is also the part of the part first. So you will be seeing in near about 10 marks, the LLP has been assigned the weightage, yes. And 60 marks for the company law portion. And similarly, for the other law portion, the total mark assigned is 30 marks. 30 marks. So you could be seeing over here that there are 3 acts. So each will be allotted around 10 marks, you can say all about. And FEMA is new concept. So students must be having little bit of, this is technical part, the foreign exchange related regulations. So, but yes, basic is being covered. So you'll be not finding difficult at all in understanding. And since our study material has been laid down in a lucid manner, in a simplified way, if you have not seen the study material, please go through it, because it contains a lot of explanation in order to make you convenient to understand the legal provisions. Okay. Along with that, lot of the flow charts, and you can be seeing that diagrams, then tables, and everything is given for your convenience in order to understand the concepts and to retain the main or the key aspect of the legal provisions. And also, if you would be seeing in between, we have given the examples, and along with that, we have given certain MCQs also in between, in between the chapters of the company law and other chapters also, so that it is easy and to correlate whatever you have read, the content or you can say the concept in the study material, that you are able to understand or not, whether you are able to solve it or not, or whether you can analyze the situation or not through the way of the MCQs. It has been given in between the chapter itself. And at the last in the chapter, it is given the summary. That is very important aspect, because summary, it just make you to recapitulate the important concept. When you are through with the chapter, at the end, you can once again go through the summary, so that you can recapitulate the key concept or the important aspect in throughout the chapter that has been taken into consideration. And it will just make you to revise and have a grasp on the important aspect of the legal provisions. And also, it is given the MCQs, test your knowledge under the heading, and you will be finding there are MCQs as well as the descriptive nature of the question. So this MCQ will, it will hone your analytical skill, because you need to have the conceptual understanding to solve the MCQs basically. So it's required that you have a proper concept clear in your mind, so that you are able to solve the MCQs. And with regard to the descriptive part, you need to have an application approach, because they are given the different situation and you need to apply the law. So you need to apply your judgment, while within the situation, how you are going to apply the law, which law is relevant. So that way descriptive question is given, that will help you in the examination to understand what sort of the questions can be asked, in what way the testing may be done under this, through this skill assessment grid that already I've explained you. And also we'll take in our coming session in detail to make you more easy to understand, because one thing is that before you start your subject, you should know about skill grid. So this will enlighten you how much time you have to focus on the subject, with what intent you have to prepare that topic, how nature of the questions are being portrayed from that particular topic. So this will help you. So we will be just discussing all this aspect also. So let's move forward.
Yes. Before starting, there are some queries. Is there MCQ in the new scheme? Yes, dear students, there are MCQ, and the weightage assigned to MCQs are 30 marks. Can be from where we can order study material. You can order study material from the CDS portal, and the soft copy is available on the BOS website.
Yes.
Chapter wise weightage, dear student, chapter wise weightage will be very soon uploaded on the BOS website. I think within a week. So kindly wait. What will be the MCQ weightage? It is 30 marks.
Yes.
Out of 100.
Yes.
Introduce with the subject. We have done the syllabus part. What are the chapters we are covering? Then sources for reading. Then what are the publications of BOS website? Many students are not aware about the BOS website, about the BOS publications. So we will guide you during this session that what are the sources for reading and from where you can study and prepare for your examinations. Common do's and don'ts while preparing and planning. That's the entire session is for planning and preparing. So we will guide you regarding some do's and don'ts, like from where to study, how to study, what not to do during the examinations. So examination strategy and tips, same, the paper pattern. What will be the paper pattern? Like some students are asking about MCQ, descriptive questions, and what are the nature of questions. We will guide you on that also. And how much marks, length of the answer. We will guide you on that also. What would be the length of answer? Then focus on presentation. Focus on presentation, since law is a theoretical paper. So presentation of answers is a very important point. So we will guide you on this also, that various type of questions, what will be the presentation, because law is a theoretical paper. So presentation is a very crucial for students. Discuss on the common issues. What will be the common issues? Like quoting of section number, whether we have to quote the section number or not. Assumptions. If some question you are having confusion, you want to take some assumption. So can we take it? What are the language? What is the language we can write? It is general language or some legal language. So these type of common issues we will discuss during the session. Then motivation to move with positive mindset throughout your journey. Yes, we are here and Nisha ma'am is guiding you, motivating you since 6 o'clock. So I think आप बहुत motivate हो गए होंगे अब तक. So this entire session is based on your motivation, so that you clear your CA Intermediate 1 group, or if you are giving both group, in the May 2021-24 attempt only. So we are here to motivate you, because your negative impact, negative thoughts can create a negative impact on your marks. If you are thinking some positive, so result will be automatically positive. So don't think negative, only think in positive direction. Your mind should have some positive affirmations, because positive affirmations make a impact on your personality, on your marks, on your future. So be positive.
Yes. Mr. Rahul is saying that I'm weak in theory subject and always find this subject difficult. So please advise him how to prepare this subject in order to get exemption. Rahul, first of all, the thing is that don't think you are a weak. Theory subject has its own, problems, because nobody can retain the, legal provision as it is. But yes, there are a smart act you need to go with it. How you can do it? You have to just proper prepare timetable first of all, and start with a topic which is easy. Just choose at your end which topic you are feeling comfortable to read with, which you are able to easily understood. Just pick out that topic first of all. And after that, reading the topic, you can do one thing. When you read the study method along with the explanation given over there, so definitely it will make you to understand what the legal provision is saying on. Right? Do it in that way. And also the thing is that after doing that, certain example is there. To read that example in light with the legal provisions, so that you can understand that yes, the provision is saying that this and how we can apply this. So after reading with an example or the illustration, you will find it, yes, the act is saying about this thing. And if for the first time, whosoever may be reading the legal provision, they will not be able to understand at all. You require time to read twice or thrice. When you will read twice, so you will be able to understand more, which we're not able to understand while giving a first glance to the legal provision. So after giving a second glance, again reading the explanation, then again reading the legal provision will make you to understand what, yes, legal provision is saying. but you needed time. That is properly required, because legal language is a little bit, different from the normal language. Even a comma makes a difference. Even certain use of the expression, although, notwithstanding, and provided. So yes, so these kind make little bit the meaning or the interpretation of the law to come out in a different manner. So this only comes with the practice. When you read the law, when you read the explanation, then you tend to understand, yes, this expression means this thing, and this should be read as follows. So just read from the study material, give it a bit of time. First, give a proper time in understanding the legal provision, and then only proceed to the next part of the chapter. So pick the easy one and start with that thing, and you will definitely do it. Read more and more, listen to our videos, the lectures which are going to be started. So if you have come beforehand with the reading of that particular topic, definitely it will help you a lot in understanding. And also that too, when during the session, the chapters are being explained in a simplified manner. So you will be able to easily catch the subject, and you will be very much having a good command over the knowledge and understanding of the concept. So do it in that way, read it, and then attend the class. Make it a point. Is there any other queries?
We'll take later.
Okay, fine.
Because I think all the questions will be covering after finishing the session.
Because this session comprises
Yes.
very general queries which all your students are coming up with. So definitely we will take later on with your
Later.
queries, and many of the query will be resolved itself during the
Yes.
session.
If something is left out, we will take.
Yeah.
Yes. What are the various BOS publications? Yes. The study material April 2023. As I have shown you also that study material comprises of 3 modules, and study material, it's a we have prepared in a very simplified language. We have given so much explanation. If you see the study material, you can see that study material has been divided into many parts. Like, first of all, we have given the learning outcomes at the before starting of every chapter. What are learning outcomes? That is, after reading the chapter, what will you learn after reading the chapter? So that is your learning outcome. Then second, we have at the beginning of the chapter, we have given overview of the chapter, so that we have prepared some in the flow chart and diagrammatic form what are the sections, what are the topics we are covering in the entire chapter. We have shown in the form of overview. Then after that, if you see, then we have incorporated the introduction of every chapter. Introduction, it's in the beginning of the chapter, and after reading the introduction, you can have the feel of the topic, that what will be the entire topic the chapter talks about, that we have covered in the introduction part. And for that every section, and after every section, we have given explanations in the very simplified manner in the form of flow chart, diagrams. And after every section, we have covered plenty of examples. So you will not be confused. Concepts will be cleared after you will go through the each and every examples. So many examples, I think 30-40 examples in every chapter. So after reading the section from the study material and from the Bare Act, you can also read from the Bare Act. Bare Act you can see from the NCA portal. So before starting every chapter, we recommend, for law purpose, just read the section from the Bare Act. Then you can divide your sections from the study material. You can study from the study material. Then after reading the sections from the study material, there are different examples to give you concept clarity. Then after this entire explanation sections, at the end of every chapter, we have given the summary. So that at the end of every chapter, after reading the chapter, you can revise the key points, that what are the sections covered. So short form mein, we have covered the summary. And at the end, very important points, very important thing covered in the study material is your test your knowledge. What is test your knowledge? Test your knowledge is your questions, comprising of MCQs, also comprising of descriptive questions, because this paper, now the intermediate, every paper has been divided into 2 parts. Division A is your MCQ and division 2 is your descriptive paper. So both type of questions we have covered in your test your knowledge. So you can, in the starting, you can go through the MCQ, and at the end, you can go through the descriptive questions. And many times, similar types of questions do come in your examinations. So don't leave the test your knowledge, and don't Leave the study material. Study material is the Bible for your examination. You have to read it twice, thrice, and 4 times. Do not leave it. Okay. Then moving ahead, what is revisionary test paper? If you have come from the foundation, you must be aware what is RTP. But if you have come from the direct entry through, you are not aware what is RTP. RTP is every time before examinations, we publish this revisionary test paper. It comprises of 2 parts. For part 1 contains your amendments. Since that's what are amendments? That study material. If we look at the study material, this study material is updated up to 30th April 2023. Okay. So after that, you are giving your examination in May 24th. So 6-month cutoff period is there. Last 6 months amendments will not be asked. Before 6 months amendments will be asked during your in your examinations. So for May 2024 examinations, your cutoff date is 31st October 2023. But your study material contains the amendments up to 30th April 2023. So from where we can find the 6 months amendments? We cannot go to the MCA portal every time for the amendments. We are the students. So the Board of Studies provides you the amendments before the examination, which you have to refer for your examination along with the study material. So RTP covers 2 parts. First part is your amendments. For May 24, your 6 months amendments will be there. And second part is your Board of Studies provides some questions and answers also for practice purpose, because knowledge is of no use unless you put it into practice. So around 20 to 25 questions according to the examination paper pattern, we provide the questions and answers. So you can practice the questions from there. But before attempting the question, please, it's a request, don't look at the answers. Just practice the question, then compare your answer with the answer provided by the Board of Studies. Then after RTP, you can refer the mock test paper. अब ये MTP क्या है? Mock test paper क्या है? Mock test paper is your paper, same paper pattern. Board of Studies provide the same paper pattern, some mock test paper, which you can do before 1 month or 2 months time. The mock test papers are available at the, you can give the mock test paper at the branches also, and the mock test paper are uploaded on the BUS website. This is the same pattern, like 5 questions are covering like 30 marks MCQ, we will ask you, and descriptive division B, 5 questions will be there. Out of 5 questions, you have to attempt 4. So this paper you can do at home also, and this paper you can do at branch also under examination conditions. So you can feel the examination conditions that yes, 3 hours is there, 15 minutes reading time is there. So how is your performance? How is your preparedness? You can analyze. And after doing the mock test paper, you can compare your answer with the Board of Studies answers. So you will have a glance over your preparedness. Then yes, MCQ dashboard. It's a very new thing. It's a very unique feature of Board of Studies, recently launched. I think launched on 1st July 2023 along with the scheme. MCQ dashboard.
Yes.
Yes, we can show you.
Website.
This one.
Go back on the main website. Yes, just click on it. Yes.
Yes, students can log in from this. You have to select the course. This one.
Yes, if you want to go to the intermediate level, just click on the intermediate level. Then you have to enter your registration number, right? Whatsoever is number. Then here the date of the birth. Your month, year, and everything. Then you can log in. And after login, you'll be finding a different subject tab over there. Different sort of the facilities or the resources that are available for you to the students.
Like MCQ dashboard.
Yes.
Mock test papers are provided in this portal only.
Yes.
Your schedule, LBC schedule is there. So many things are available. And MCQ dashboard is a new feature. I think around 200 MCQs we have uploaded on the BUS, this BUS dashboard. So kindly go through the MCQ. And I think this is like a dashboard which you have to attempt. You have to click and your correct answer will come. You can get the marks also.
Marks also.
So you can analyze what marks you get and what is your preparedness.
Yes, after reading of the chapter, you can go and analyze how much you've understood the concept, how much clarity you have achieved in that particular topic. So you can go to the MCQ dashboard and you can solve the questions. Along with the MCQs, there are also given the case scenarios on the dashboard. You can also practice for the case scenarios. The case scenarios is also an MCQ. Actually, basically the MCQ is of two types. One is, if you see, it is of the case scenario base, which can be followed by 3 to 5 MCQs based on the same information, and other is independent MCQs, which can be followed by a single question pertaining to that small case scenario. So these nature of the questions are there on the MCQ dashboard that you can go with it. And in fact, we need to, because some students still saying that it is very difficult for them to retain or read the theory papers. So I'm telling you, reading, writing, and practice. These are only the 3 ways through which you can take a command of the subject. Reading, so you have to read it first. After reading, writing, then practice, as well as listening. More and more listening also forms the part of your, this practice or the revision. And finally, the writing. Everything is loosed. Every source is available at your, at your doorstep. But unless and until you won't write or you won't do the practice in writing, then you cannot achieve your 100%. So it is required that listening is LVC live coaching classes. Everything is available. Recorded lectures will be available. Whatever the classes you're going to miss it up, it will be recorded sessions will be available over there. So any time at your convenience, you can listen those sessions also. So just read the chapter first. So reading will give you a little bit of clarity, little bit of understanding, right? After reading, when you're going to listening day-to-day basis, whatever the classes is going on, again, another step you'll be ahead. And after that, whatever, this MTP, RTP, different sort of the question papers or the MCQ dashboard, whatever the questions are given over there, when you start solving them, practicing them, so definitely you will 110% you will understand the concept, and your problem that I'm not able to understand this theory paper will go away. So just do in that manner. You require proper time and planning. Yes, it will take a time, but go in an orderly manner. So you need to plan your list of action. It should be arranged in proper sequence in whatever you have thought of. Then only you will be able to achieve your objectives. So go with that. And in fact, you can say that proper planning, and it's the most important. It's the beginning, because this is the time when you have to do this thing. Don't wait for the last time. Again, I'm emphasizing, still you have got you can say 6 months are still left with you. So you can plan. And since you have to read each and every subject, some of you may be appearing in both the groups, the complete paper. So accordingly plan, because you have to give time to each and every paper, and everything will take time. So just prepare your timetable and then go with the positive mindset. Yes, I can do it, and you will definitely do it up.
Yes, study material along with the RTP, we have very well explained that what edition is 23 and what are the amendments. We will provide you the RTP before examination, so you can read the amendments part.
Yes.
Then resources of Board of Studies. Live learning classes, we have already explained that from, I think, day after tomorrow, your technical sessions will start.
Yes.
So kindly, before taking the session, just read the chapter from the study material, and while attending the session, you do raise your query if you have any problem, and do sit with your study material.
This time the LVC classes for the intermediate will be scheduled on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yes.
So be alert and be timely login and come beforehand.
Yes. Then what is SARANG? SARANG is a booklet published by BUS in which for the company law, we have prepared a SARANG on the company law and the entire Companies Act 2013. So the foundation student can also refer according to their syllabus. Intermediate student can refer according to their syllabus, and final student can also So if you are an intermediate student, you can look at the chapters which you are covering in the syllabus part. So at the SARANG, the index is given. So kindly refer the index. And SARANG is the quick referencer, you can say. We have given the capsule in the capsule form, which you can revise, which you can read before going to the examinations. It's a type of notes. So it is uploaded on the website. So kindly go through only that chapters which you are covering in the intermediate level. And when you reach at the final level, you can see that chapters also. So it's a short form notes available. So please go through it once.
It is given in a properly flowchart manner,
Flowcharts.
tabular form.
Yes.
And it is so, you can catchy. So that you can easily
Colourful.
distinguish. You can easily distinguish the different points or different aspect covered in a provision. And it has also been somewhere separated and broken down into different paras so that you can understand the whole provision in entirety and its relevance.
But do it after reading the study material.
If you are going to directly read it, you will not be able to understand anything, and you will be missing out the important informations also.
After completing every chapter, just go through the relevant chapter from the Saransh.
Yes.
MCQ dashboard we have already
explained. Yes. Now, this is the most important aspect. कहते हैं ना, this is the one-stop solution point. हर चीज का निवारण एक जगह पर. ठीक है? This is the BOS Knowledge Portal and the BOS Mobile App. नाम तो बहुत सुना है, BOS Knowledge Portal. You must have heard a lot about the BOS Knowledge Portal and the BOS Mobile. If you want to already, as Megha has already showed you on the website that we are having the BOS Knowledge Portal. If you go to the main website, ICAI.org, there will be finding on the top the student section. And if you click on the student section, then from there you can go to the BOS Knowledge Portal. And after clicking BOS Knowledge Portal, you'll be finding the different resources, whatever the BO has made available for you students, whether it may be study material, BOS, this dashboards. And yes, if you want to see it, this is your website. Okay. Yes. So you can see, though these are many things which are pertaining to the, you can see something related to you is the new one. Plus subject-wise capsule is there. Yes. Subject-wise capsule is there, which you can refer over here. And here you can see the Saransh.
So many students are asking where to get Saransh. So you can see that all these
for all subjects.
Yes, you can refer from your subject if you're intermediate student. So
you can refer for any of the subject for Saransh over here. So this is
Saransh
you can see. Yeah, you can. So here you can see this is index. This is given over here the details, the topic name, and the preference of the page number.
If you can see that up to audit and auditors, from preliminary, from audit to auditors, will be covered in your chapter, and one chapter companies incorporated outside India. So these chapters you can refer from the Saransh.
You can see over here, in fact itself, it is given in a simplified manner. What are the relevant aspects in, it's crisp. The lines are so crisp, the provisions are so easily let down so that you can easily retain and remember the important concepts. You can find it your own. You can see over here. It is given very easy. What is a government company? Simply it is given over here. Okay, what are the requirements for any company to be a government company? So small company. And these are all the important concepts, and questions are properly asked on these concepts, whether it may be a foreign company or whether it may be a, the small company. So generally they touch upon these concepts in the form of a practical application based question also, or they can directly ask the CK based question also. So if you remember the nature of the company, yes, it's a private company. First of all, the aspect in the question, agar some question says it's a public company, so there itself it becomes invalid, something whatever it has been doing with. Whatever the law is there, this is not applicable for that company if it mentioned it's a public company. So it should be a private company, first of requirement, then paid up capital requirement, turnover requirement. So this is given in a simplified manner, and the exemptions that too, what all not be there within that definition. So when you will read the law, and after reading the law, you read this Saransh.
Double revision.
Yes, double revision plus concept clarity only with respect to the important only key aspect in the simplified manner that will make you to easy understand and retain. See here, the diagram is given, how it could be done, how this name clause can be done, how alteration can be made in the name clause. Everything is over here. This is for your convenient and for your reference that you can refer after reading the subject. And before an exam, it is really a boon that you can refer is at a revisionary notes. So make a wonderful use of all these facilities that has been made available for you students by the BOS. Now this, as already said, yes, one-stop solution, BOS Knowledge Portals. I have showed how you can go over there and how you can find out whatever is being required by you. And of course, the BOS mobile app, it is again, you can download on your mobile, because mobile is something which is, I suppose, it's a good friend of everyone as of now. Everybody carries with himself that mobile and taking, the pictures and making many reels and everything and watching reels and everything. But yes, this is all okay. But you should also do the best utilization of this gadget, if it is having with you. So just download the BOS mobile app. So if it's, it is an Android phone, so you can go in the Google Play Store, and if it's an Apple, then you can go in the Apple Play Store. From there, you can download this app. So in this app, you can anytime, anywhere can log in and just refer whatever has been made available for you, whether it may be study material, whether maybe any kind of the announcement, the latest announcement that are made for the benefit of the students. If something announcement related to the examination, something related to your studies, some kind of corrigendum, whatsoever, any addendum, everything is made available to the students for their reference. And besides with that, every sort of the facilities that already we have shown you and explained you are there itself in the BOS mobile app, the lectures and everything. So while traveling also, you can make best utilization of the BOS mobile app. Now moving to the amendment part. Yes, amendment is again very important. As already been said by Megha, yes, that we are having the study material of April 2023 edition, right? Now the thing is that we are continuing the amendments there only up till 30th April, as already told to you. Now, amendments which have further come after this, publication of the study material. So that amendments within the cutoff period, that cutoff period of 6 months is prescribed. So whatever amendments comes after the publication of the study material, that are separately being hosted on the website, or it will be given in the RTP. Okay. So from the period 1st May 2023 to 31st October 2023, students may refer the latest amendment from the RTP. And you must take a heed that the answer to the question should be on the basis of the latest applicable legal provision. It may be possible at the time in the study material, the provision was the old provision. At that time, the answer be given according to that provision. But yes, suppose if the exams comes, if in the exams that particular question comes, then your answer should be based on the latest legal position. That means if suppose the legal provision pertaining to which that particular question is there and any amendment has come into that particular provision, so your answer should be in line with as per the latest amendment. So that needs to be taken care of. Any provision in which the amendment has come, so you need to modify that particular provision in line with the amendment. If the entire, provision has been replaced, so you can replace the entire provision and mark it over there with the new replaced provision. Substituted. Right? And if suppose something has been added, some time period or some kind of explanation or the provision that needs to be added along with the main section. So you should read the amended law as it is. So just make it a point, whatever will be there in the RTP or whatever will be hosted very soon, that you just make an annexure or just write it over there itself with the existing law, so that you can make it out, yes, I have to read only the latest legal position. So that will bring you clarity and that will help you in the examination also. Now, next is the revision of the subject. If you've already read, now what the thing required? Revision, practice. So already told, BS mobile app is there. Whenever you want, you can refer any of the thing which you feel and require. So it's like a Aladdin's lamp. Whenever you want, just go on the mobile and just touch your screen and just move on. Whatever required, everything is there at your doorstep. Everything is there in your hand in the mobile itself. So you can go to the BOS mobile app. Then see the recorded and live lectures. When you will see the live recorded lectures or the live lecture which are going to be run at soon, so that will also help you in the revision part, because already you have read the chapter, now you're revising the same thing. Now go to the assessment for the self-assessment. They are in between the sessions, they just test you whether you are able to understand the subject or not, the concept is clear to you or not. So they in between, they ask the MCQs or they give certain types of the questions for, for practice to assess your performance. So that also you should go side by side, so that you understand. And suppose if any confusion, you are not able to understand why this answer has come over there, you can ask to the concerned faculty at that moment, sir, how you drive this answer, so that will bring you to the more clarity, how that law has been applied in that given situation. Your analytical approach will grow in that moment. And that is a requirement while reading the law. Law specifically the subject where it is very important to have the analytical and application approach. Then only you will be able to solve, able to meet up our skill requirement, as already I have told you in the starting of the session. That is the basic requirement. So do it up with that intent only. Then yes, the other important aspect, examination.
Yes. Some examinations, yes, some students are got afraid during the examinations that whatever they have learned during the whole 6-7 months study period time, they forget everything. So they got so much anxious and depressed. So don't stress, do your best and forget the rest. You know, the fear word, FEAR, has two meanings. First one is forget everything and run. And second one is face everything and rise. So choice is yours. So फोबिया नहीं करना हमें एग्जाम का. हमें स्टडी पीरियड, हमारा 8 to 9 months का जो स्टडी पीरियड है, वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर अकॉर्डिंगली सो दैट एग्जामिनेशंस में वी डू नॉट हैव टू स्ट्रेस. एवरीथिंग इज प्रिपेयर्ड वेल इन एडवांस. और हमें कुछ भी नया नहीं पढ़ने को चाहिए. हमें एग्जामिनेशन में देयर इज नो न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट वी हैव टू स्टडी. एवरीथिंग we are going, before going to the examination, everything we have studied already. Yes. There are skill wise assessment grid. ये क्या है skill wise assessment grid? Yes, first of all, our questions, the paper pattern, जो हमारा पेपर आएगा May 24 में, that comprises of 2 applications. First is your CNK. CNK क्या होता है? CNK is your remembering and understanding. CNK, under CNK questions, direct theoretical questions or provision based questions will be asked. Okay, and define, describe, explain, your distinguish, these type of questions will comprise in your CNK, comprehension and knowledge, where direct theoretical questions you can say. So if you see that part 1, your company law and LLP, that will comprise 40% to 55%. Marks will comprise of CNK, and other laws 45 to 55% will comprise of CNK. And if we look in A&A, what is A&A? A&A is your application oriented question, application and analysis, where some simple case scenario, some simple question, some simple case has been provided to you, and from that case, some question is asked. So you have to read the entire question, some case study, and then you have to answer accordingly. So these type of questions are covered will be in A&A, like analyze, discuss, examine, calculate. So these type of nomenclatures will be A&A live type questions. So you can see that from part 1, company law and LLP, your 45 to 60% question will comprise of A&A, and from the other laws, your 45 to 55% questions will comprise from A&A. So you can see that mixed type of around 40 to 50% questions will be your KNC, and around 50 to 60% will be your application and oriented. So 50-50 both type of questions will be covered. So we can show you the type of questions also. Yes. This is the sample case scenario. This is your paper has been divided into 2 parts. Division A, 30 marks, MCQ. So we will look into the MCQs, because in the MCQ part also, your 2 types of MCQs will be asked. Simple 2 types of MCQs will be asked. One, case scenario. Case scenario क्या होता है कि आपको कुछ केस दिया जाएगा. Some case or case scenario will be provided. On the basis of, okay, these are the facts of the case, and at the end 2 or 3 or 4 MCQs will be asked from the case scenario. So these type of questions are your A&A, application and oriented, where you have to read the case scenario first, then you have to apply the provisions of the act which have been asked during the question in the question. So these type of questions are your A&A. So in 30 marks paper, I think your minimum 1 and maximum 2 case scenario will be asked. And this is your independent MCQ, like which is not based on some case scenario. This is a simple case scenario. It can be A&A based also, and it can be KNC based also. So if the question is KNC, then it will be of 1 mark. And if the question is of application and oriented, it will be of 2 marks. So we have seen that MCQ we have divided into 2 parts, case scenario MCQ, and second is your independent MCQs. The same we can look at the descriptive questions. descriptive question, your level 2 is what? Level 2 is your application and oriented. So we have framed some question, and at the end, the question asks, can the owner of registered trademark request the company and then company changes its name and description? So this is the application and oriented question. And if we look at the level 1, that is K and C, the person dealing with the company are always protected by the doctrine. Explain, I already told you that explain type of words. Explain also when doctrine of constructive notice will apply. So here there is no case. Direct question is asked, like what is doctrine of indoor management and when doctrine of constructive notice will apply.
If in simple word I say seek and aid, direct nature is okay. But whatever you have read, whatever the knowledge you have gained, that only is being seen whether you understood or not. That is as simple as that. And if it's application based, you need to apply your judgment within the given scenario and you have to analyze. So judgment means a situation is there and what now you will analyze the situation in the light of the legal provision, how you will decide that situation. So that is the application and analysis phase. So this is what the sample question paper also shows. If certain situation is there, now they ask a question, what will be the situation if this is done? Yeah, how they can do it, whether it can do it or not, who will do it. So they are asking you, they are saying to apply, just apply your mind and you give your judgment. If this is a situation, then how you're going to analyze the situation. And then as per the law, how you're going to apply over there, the legal provision, and then come up with the proper conclusion. So that way, these are the two natures of the questions that are being tested.
Yes, illustrative paper pattern, division A, division B. Division A comprising of entirely MCQs for 30 marks, which we have already explained you that MCQs, and division B comprising of descriptive questions for 70 marks. Paper pattern division A, MCQ 30 marks, 1 case scenario followed by 3 to 5 MCQs, and second independent MCQs followed by MCQ. I have shown you both types of questions, in the case scenario types and independent MCQ. And paper pattern division B, your descriptive questions 70 marks. Level 1 is your KNC and level 2 is your application and oriented.
Yes, now the usage of language and manner of giving answer. This is very important because this focus on the presentation of answers. But yes, many students are asking the queries. Let's take it up because it's all related to the earlier slides itself. Yes. Yes, let's see what are the queries. Generally, the thing is that presentation is very important to achieve the good marks. And this is the most requirement because everybody studies the law, the study, the concepts, and they are very well understood everything, but they are not able to represent. They are not able to express how to write down the answer. So this is very much important. And we shall be taking up what are the do's and don'ts that you can skip something in writing and what you can include in your presentation of the answer. So somewhere it will add a spice to your answer and definitely it will affect or give weightage to your presentation. So that will make a difference. Okay. So let's go to the queries.
Mr. Balaji is asking how questions are framed on the new scheme subjects. We have explained that what type of questions are being asked. The question can be based on KNC and the question can be based on application and
this all things are available in the prospectus available on the website. You can go with for more details. But the same thing is that these two natures of the testing will be done at the intermediate level.
Self-paced module को कैसे करना है? Self-paced module के लिए dear students guidelines will come very soon.
Yes.
I think examination related जो examination platform है इसका study material set A and set B का.
It's there on the website or you can also go for the hard copy. You can go on the CDS.
Yes.
आप order place कर सकते हैं. Till that time you start reading with the content whatever is available.
If you have to give set A or set B, so you can start reading from the material.
Yes, and soon the examination will be hosting the relevant announcement also.
How should we study law? Sections should be studied too. Yes, law. We have told you that from the Bare Act, you can study the sections. Then after study from the Bare Act, you can read that sections from the study material along with the examples. And after finishing of the entire chapter, you can refer the SARANG and you can refer the test your knowledge.
बिल्कुल. और आप चाहे तो Bare Act ना भी पढ़े तो study material में respective जगहों पे दिए हुए हैं आपको section. So read with the section numbers only. Sakshi has that. Is there any minus marking for MCQs? No, there is no minus marking. No negative marking. So please do attempt all the MCQs that way. ठीक है, कोई डर नहीं है, ठीक है, लॉस होने का.
Ma'am, if we don't enroll for tuitions, our ICAI lectures enough, Dear student, it is up to you. We suggest that LLC lectures are enough, but provided you have to read at your own. Okay, from the study material, you have to practice a lot, but it's dependent on you.
नहीं, फिर आप कुछ दिन देखिए, अभी आप लेक्चर्स वगैरह देखिए, if you
देखिए,
feel
फिर you can
comfortable and
decide.
able to understand each and everything, then you can decide accordingly.
Ma'am, can you please advise if there will be any sample questions and how those questions need to be answered? As for from May 24, there won't be any old papers that will guide us. Dear students, we will provide you sample question paper like mock test paper. We are
Yes.
providing the question papers from of RTPs.
Yes.
So you can refer from that, and old papers के I think
आप
you
थोड़ा
can
पढ़ सकते, because law is
Yes.
same. देखिए law same है, तो you can refer the old questions
question
also,
papers.
but yes, in line with the amendment, in line with the requirements,
in line with the changes made
yes,
in the new
made in the
scheme.
study mat also, whatever the content has been added, certain new explanation has been added, or certain new rules has been added, then you should keep in mind accordingly. That coverage needs to be taken into consideration.
How to remember the sections?
Section is very easy to remember. First of all, section is a number game. You know, number game कैसे है? आपको याद करना पड़ेगा, and definitely we prefer कि हमारे students section type करे question पे, though it's not mandatory, but yes, we recommend our students that they should read the section number. और section number पढ़ने का best तरीका है, आप ये कर सकते हैं, जैसा भी मेघा ने आपको कहा कि you need to have a Barrett with you. Barrett में जो starting में index होता है, only that index is the most important. So don't get the Barrett, you can simply download an index question from the website or from different, this MCA website, wherever the act there, the regulating authorities is there. From that website, you can download the, the index portion of that relevant act. As index portion, you must be seeing that the number of the section is given, then you've been given the heading of that particular section. So wo index key, you just keep a copy with yourself. So any time in the morning when you wake up, or any time while traveling, you keep that just 2 or 3 page or 4 page, whatever the index is, just with yourself at all the time. When you get the time, just read the section number. One deals with the extent and applicability of the act. Then second deals with the definitions. Certain definitions will be there. To some of the main sections related to the, act can be memorized every time. Whenever you get the time, they can be retained. And reading again and again will definitely make you to retain that relevant section number. Not required each and every section or subsection, but yes, the main section. And this habit should be inculcated from right this moment. Then only you will be able to cope in the coming, level at the final, whether it will be direct text paper or indirect text paper, because these are all the law-based paper. They're also required to retain certain section number. In the self-paced paper, that too, you're required to retain the section number with respect to the law parts. Now, this is...
Ma'am, I studied this subject for 15 days. Then I went to advanced auditing, accounting. Then when can I back to read corporates? I forget many things in corporate law. Yes, dear student, if you have read the study material for only once, so you will tend to forget everything. Minimum 2 to 3 times you have to revise. और जब हम examination में जाते हैं तो हमें लगता है कि yes, we have forget everything. But if you have read the material, thoroughly and minimum 3 to 4 times, so everything at the time of examination, it will come into your mind automatically.
And one more thing, Mr. Sarvana Kartik, yes, it's a very genuine concern actually.
As a student,
it happens. But the thing is only that when you read the next time, it will take you less time. If the first time you have given the 15 days, when you will read the second time, it will take just 8 days, just the half, you just do it 8 or 7 or 8 days. Then similarly, what happens, but you should come across with certain notes while reading your paper for the first time. So this note will make you to retain the concept with more, in depth, because when you write also certain thing, when you prepare certain notes, when you write down certain important concepts or points of flowchart or diagram or table or whatever, in whatever manner you just want to retain the particular part of that, any of the provision. So when you just read that part also, whenever you get that time, it will consume less time. It will make you to retain the important key aspect of the legal provision. And whenever you read next time, it will take less time. So that is why before the exam, you require the revision time also. So this is why it is being said you require the time to revise, because you tend to forget, because this is also how much is going to store everything over here, So it's required that every time.
Exam fear.
Yes. Fear hai, tension and everything is there. But yes, ऐसा लगता है, you feel like that you forget everything, but it's not like that. Whenever anybody will ask, you just make it, yes, it is somewhere given there. Yes, it was 15 days or something was there with respect to, you have to part the ordinary resolution, or you can make it out. But yes, writing. So writing, practice. For that you need the practice. Whenever MTP comes, appear for the MTP. Whenever RTP comes, try to solve the question at your own first. So when you will revise now, at that time you will become very comfortable and you will become very, conversant with the writing of the answers also, that too with as per the expectation of the examination.
Ma'am, when the course will be complete? I think by 3 months, 3 to 4 months में this paper will be complete.
Yes.
Can we write our language in paper? Dear students, we are coming to that slide that you have to write in legal language.
लीगल लैंग्वेज कैसे आएगी? जब आप लॉ को एज इट इज पढ़ेंगे, पढ़ना तो आपको पड़ेगा, आप पढ़ने के साथ साथ आप उसको राइटिंग भी करिए, क्योंकि जैसा आप पढ़ेंगे वैसा आप लिखिए, और लिखने के बाद ऑटोमेटिक यू विल सी कि यस आपका लैंग्वेज पे कमांड हो रहा है. और लैंग्वेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन द लीगल. आप चाहे से कुछ भी कहिए, थोड़ा बहुत तो मेमोराइज करना ही पड़ेगा. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि you does not require to memorize anything, but certain things needs to be retained, and that will come by continuous and again reading and writing that too.
Ma'am, first we should read the study material, then attend these lectures. Yes, dear students, you have to first read the study material, then attend the session, and then also study the material. You will find yourself very interesting.
Yes. If you have already gone to the chapter first beforehand, you will find it very interesting, whatever is being taught in these sessions. And also you can come up with your issues. At the time of teaching, you've come out, yes, I have read something over that like this, or I have come across this kind of the issues. In that case, it has taken in that way. So you can ask, sir, how it is correlated, or why, or according to law, what will be the difference if this is being done. So come up with your queries and concerns and issues, and more you make the session interactive, and more you come up with your doubts.
Yes.
So I'm telling you are going to rock in this paper. This paper is simply very interesting, but the thing is that you should have little bit of, that you can say little bit of exposure to the subject. That is very much required.
Paper will be come totally from module. I think.
Dekho, let's just tell you one thing, Varini. This study material is the base. So it is being to the extent possible what is covered in the study material. That is being only covered and asked in the examination.
Whatever the sections are being asked, they will be covered from the study material, but we cannot say that the entire questions will be from the study material.
Questions can be asked in any of the way. Yes, they will check your understanding of the legal provision. The syllabus will remain the same. The base will remain the same.
Study material is the base.
Yes. So just go through this basic background of the study material. So that will help you a lot.
Do overwriting also reduces marks in law exam, because I attempted 100% exam in my foundation, and that too with proper paper pattern. But still I got 52 marks only. The student have passed तो हो गए 52 marks से.
नहीं, do overwriting. अब देखो बेटा, clean नहीं लिखोगे, legible language नहीं होगी, then it will be a problem. Your answer should be proper in legible language. That should be there. Don't do overwriting. You can do simply one thing. If something is
overwriting, I think he is saying कि ज़्यादा लिखना.
So zyada, if you are saying in that also, that is also being not required, because to the point answer is required. Yes, आपका answer to the point होना चाहिए as per the weightage allotted to the particular question. And every time we say to our students, be to the point, be as per the weightage assigned to the question. Don't write unnecessary, because sometimes writing unnecessary also somewhere is something is missed out, or something wrong is being written inadvertently. That will also reduce or impact on your scores.
I think she's telling I attempted 100% exam. That can also mean that she has attempted the additional questions.
So what was the need of additional question? If something instruction is given, read and follow that.
There is an interpretational issue in your query. Kindly raise it again. MCQ portion in website papers are available for earlier type of education. Can you please provide whether MCQ for new scheme will be made available later? MCQs we have given showed you the MCQ dashboard. So regarding the booklet, we are not very much familiar about this, whether it will be updated, but because all type of MCQs we are putting in the MCQ dashboard.
That is also sufficient, the same thing.
Yes.
Only the thing is that no hard copy is there, but yes, there itself you will solve over there, you will get the answer with the very same moment, and you can assess your performance at the very same time. So I suppose this is the best option that is available with you, this MCA dashboard. Kindly do it up. And let's see what happens in the future, what is being decided. But yes, as of now, the MCA dashboard is available for you.
Study material are not available yet to buy. Dear student, we will raise your query to the CDS department. SARANG is applicable for new syllabus. Yes, dear student, it is prepared according to the new syllabus also.
Yes, and as far as updated, kindly check with the amendments.
Yes, it is updated up to all the amendments up to 30th April 2023 have been incorporated. So May 24 के लिए 6 months amendments from 1st May 2023 to 30th October, जो भी आया भी नहीं है, अभी 1 month का टाइम
और
है।
वैसे मैं आपको अच्छे के लिए बता दूं, ज्यादा कुछ खास
ज्यादा
amendments
कुछ
आई
amendments
नहीं
है
है इस बार इंटरमीडिएट में कंपनीज एक्ट में, तो इट विल बी अ ग्रेट
Yes, you
हेल्पफुल
can
टू यू. यस,
assume
यू
it
कैन
as a
रेफर.
updated one.
यस.
When we will get the RTP? I think by October or November.
हाँ, right. November most probably.
November.
November.
Explain skill-wise assessment grid. We have explained what is A&A and what is C and K. Minus marking, no minus marking. Indian Contract Act and Negotiable Instrument Act has been removed from the syllabus. So has it been shifted to some other level or completely removed? I think he's an old student. Indian Contract Act and Negotiable has been shifted to foundation course. So they have not been removed, they have been shifted.
भैया एक्ट कम हो गए हैं तो खुश रहो ना.
खुश रहो.
और क्या. इनफैक्ट मैं तो देख रही हूँ कि फाउंडेशन लेवल इज कंटेनिंग 6 एक्ट एंड हियर वी आर फाइंडिंग ओनली 5 एक्ट्स. सो आई फील लाइक कि यस स्टूडेंट्स, you are lucky, this time for those who are in the intermediate level.
In study material module 3 chapter 12 after by chapter 1 to 3. I don't know what he's saying. In study material module 3 chapter 12 after by chapter 1 to 3.
Okay.
Because chapter 12 is your LLP and it is covered under part 1.
Yes.
Company law, and 1 to 3 is your other laws.
Yes, sequence of the chapter is going in the Companies Act. 1 to 11 is related to the Companies Act up till the companies incorporated outside India, and later the 12th is the LLP. So this is part 1. And after part 1, the other laws is being started. So there again by chapter 1 to 3 is being given, because that's the separate portion. That is separate part 2 or other laws. So there the numbering has been done in that manner. If you see, the study material is also in the 3 modules it's there. So you will be finding in the first module you are having 1 to 6 chapter, and from 7 to 11 you will be finding in second module, and from 12 and onwards, 12 and then other laws you'll be finding in the third module. So these 3 modules has been made for, it will make a little bit of compact. If everything has been compiled in one, study material to become a very voluminous, and it will be very difficult to handle, and it will not become so handy. So it has been separated and made it into the different volumes or the modules for making it handy.
Where to get Bear Act? You can get the Bear Act from the MCA portal, www.mca.gov.in. From there you can get the Companies Act and LLP, and general clauses you can get from the.
You can simply download Legislative Ministry.
Yes.
It's a law min and it's in the website from where you can get it.
Do we need to refer any other material other than ICAI material for law? Dear student, it's up to you.
बेटा पहले इतना पढ़ लो, क्योंकि इट्स वेरी लेंथी, क्योंकि आपका कंपनीज एक्ट का मेजर पोर्शन देखा जाए तो आपके कितने टोटल मिला के 11 चैप्टर्स यहाँ पर हैं, एंड इनिशियल चैप्टर्स दे आर वेरी लेंथी इन फैक्ट. So if you are going to do this much also, that will also be sufficient. But yes, if you get the additional time, you can go with the additional reading also. That depends on you. But in fact, I will say concept are everywhere the same, only the practice. So you can refer something where you can find question for more practice. Something what is given by the BUS, you can refer at that very moment. So that will help you. Just practice more and more question part. So that will also make you to revise the subject again and again, reading again and again the one and the same thing.
When will the inter exam be conducted, whether in the month of May or June? I think it will be conducted in May, but very soon the exam notification will come.
Alok Singh is asking about the FEMA introduced. Yes, this is the FEMA which has been introduced at the intermediate, and here they have been testing only the basic understanding of the subject. Earlier in FEMA we were having the entire act and certain regulations over there, but in this we are having just, the important definitions we are covering over there. And that was the concept related to the residential status. And then we are talking about the transactions. There are basically 2 nature of the main transactions you can say about, which are being done related to the foreign exchange, current account transaction as well as capital account transaction. So there are certain transactions which has been strictly prohibited, or which has been restricted, or which has been can be done through the, the approval of the central government, you can say all about. So these are the 2 natures of the, you can say the main type of the transaction, capital and current. Up till here only we are covering here in the intermediate level. So you need to understand, and the question will be basically testing your understanding of certain important definitions. So read certain definitions are there. Then concept residential status is very confusing to the students. And somewhere students are very much, they are, in a confused state of mind how to recognize this residential status because they confuse with the income tax definition given over there. So this is FEMA. Read in line with the FEMA. So you will have the clarity. But if you mix it with that income tax definition, what is given over there, then you'll be 100% confused. So you have to read this residential status definition in line with the FEMA according to the FEMA Act. And then these about the transactions that I have told you. Because questions are generally asked when you require the approval of the RBI, when you require the approval of the central government, when it can be freely done. So when you're able to understand this nature of the transactions with this requirement part, then you will be able to easily handle this particular FEMA part.
Ma'am, 40% passing mark is important. So this is mandatory to pass both divisions. No, dear student, it is not mandatory. Combined 40 marks will be your passing percentage. So it is not individual. Division A and Division B, there is no material.
Paper as a whole should be taken into consideration rather than the parts,
So there is no passing percentage of division कि 30 में से आपको इतना लाना ही लाना है और 70 में से इतना लाना ही लाना है. Combine your 40 marks and we say कि that 40 marks तो बहुत कम है, आपको minimum 60 marks लेकर आना है.
Chalo, let's do one thing before starting the new thing. Let's take a break
of 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So we will be just back at
around 7:25.
Yeah, okay. So we will be back up at 7:25. So till that time, get a glass of water, get fresh, and
don't
come back
go
again.
Anywhere. Just come back.
Yes. So let's take a Yes. Welcome back, student. Yes, now we were just focusing on the usage of the language or the manner of giving the answer. This is again one of the most important aspect because here only the marks will reflect that something you have done differently from the other student. So it is the way how you can give your answer. So you will see the first point that we have used over here is the language to be used. As already made, because uh, uh, because you can see the language. This is one of the most important aspect because generally students say, do we require to write as it is the legal language, as it is given in the act or the bare act? Yes, this is a major concern, but yes, to the extent possible. This is a hard fact. Yes, to the extent it is possible. How you will do it? Read it. The more and more the way you read it, the way you'll be able to present your answer. So read the act as it is given in the act or as given in the study material, because study material also contain the law itself over there. It's just that the breakdown. Somewhere the provision is given in a para containing of 5 to 6 lines, but in the study, what we do, we break it and give in 2 lines the main heading, and the main heading, the main crux, whatever the first 2 lines says about, then whatever the next part of it says about, then given in the next heading. So somewhere it make you to easy retain and understand the explanation way of the legal provision given in the study mat. So that will help you. But yes, the act is same, so you can use the same language what is given the study material itself. But explanation to understand. So give the act as it is. This is preferable. Because being a law student, you are being tested the legal language. This is as clear as simple. So write not simple English language. So try to read as it is given. Again, I'm emphasizing, read as it is given and then try to write as given in the study mat or as given in the legal provision in the act, so that you can write the answer as required.
आप जितना ज्यादा पढ़ोगे बेयर एक्ट में से, स्टडी मटेरियल में से, इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली कम इन योर लैंग्वेज.
वो तो आप बार बार
अपने
पढ़ते
आप
हो.
आ जाएगा.
हाँ, कहते हैं ना, आप एक ही चीज को बार बार पढ़ते हो, ऑटोमेटिक आपके टंग पे चले जाता है. इट कम्स इनटू योर हैबिट, इट फ्लोज इनटू योर ब्लड लाइक एनीथिंग. इनएडवर्टेंटली भी आप वही बोलोगे जो आप पढ़ते आ रहे हो. सो रीड इन दैट मैनर ओनली. Then no generic answer. This is again very important aspect. Generally what happens, student write their answer in a simple, in a general manner. That needs to be avoided. Kyunki if the paper is testing your analysis and application based, so you cannot simply lay down the provision and conclude your, just consider the paper setter with itself, the paper checker with itself consider the conclusion. No, it should not be that way. You have to give the proper conclusion also, because you have analyzed the situation, you have analyzed the situation, and now you have given your, judgment or your wisdom. Yes, in the given situation, the legal provision will be resulting into this result or the consequences. So in that case, you need to give your answer in line with the support or the legal background, the legal provision, and then concluding your answer is also very much important. This concluding is the last and the most important step of your entire answer, the complete answer in its sense. So no generic answer, avoid that part. No verbatim reproduction. This already I told you. कोई नहीं कर सकता है. Nobody in this world can write the verbatim reproduction. Somewhere they will miss out something. Even a comma makes a difference in the law, that I have told you earlier. So if somebody says कि भैया मैंने comma ही तो नहीं लगाया, otherwise I have mentioned everything, that also changes your meaning in the sense. So verbatim is not at all possible. So it's not required at all. It is not expected at all to write the act as it is. But yes, to the extent possible, this is what I am adding. जितना हो सके, जितना आप कर सके उतना तो करिए. उसमें क्या रिक्वायर्ड है, आपका की कंसेप्ट होना चाहिए. The legal essential elements, a key concept of the legal provision should be there. Okay, and it should be giving a complete sense as desired by the legal provision. As I knew you are missing out something and it loses its sense, that should not be there. So it should come out interpreted in a correctly manner. Then properly framed language, no flowchart, etc. Because many students have asked, can we give the flowchart in our answers?
After looking at SARANG,
yes,
they are asking.
Yes, that is only for, we have all told you that SARANG is only for revision purpose. As a notes, yes, you can refer as a notes as a revision part. But nowhere you can make it use in writing your answer during the examination. So properly language should be there, proper language should be there, framing of sentences should be there. Then only it will suffice the requirement. No flowcharts, no nothing. But only yes, if the time is not there, but something is being left out, so something is better than nothing. That moment you can lay down in order to just make it yes, I know, but no time. So that is why you have given in the form of the flowchart. Something you will get it. Then next, any provision given should have essential element of the legal provision. This is again I'm emphasizing. Your provision should be containing essential element. Because it is not possible to lay down the entire legal provision as it is, no verbatim as already told. But key concept should be there. The key aspect, the key elements should be there of the legal provision in your answer. Because when you need to support your answer with a proper legal background, you need to lay down the legal provisions. And to come up with your answer in a justified manner, you require at least to have the essential element of that particular related relevant legal provision. Then only it will be justifying your answer along with, that you can say justified, plus you can conclude your answer in line with the legal provision. Now, next is only that much provision is sufficient which fulfills the requirement of question. आपको पूरा provision लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है. Let me make you very clear. How much marks of weightage has been assigned to that particular question? Accordingly, the length of the answer should be decided in that manner only. Accordingly, the relevant portion of the legal provision should be given over there. It does not require to give the complete legal provision. Whatever the information of the legal provision is sufficing of fulfilling the requirement of the question, only that much portion of the legal provision should be there in your answer. Because someone has asked that in foundation they have attempted 100%. 100 is complete paper, but then also they have got only 52 marks. So this was just because it does not require to write everything. Because so sometimes when we know that out of excitement, we write complete thing and we consider we will get the good marks, we'll get the full marks. But it is not like that. So dear students, this is a professional course and you are being expected that to the requirement, to the point, how much it is being required to justify your answer, only that much relevant information of the relevant provision should be there. This will save your time and even you'll be able to attempt the complete paper and you does not require to compromise with your answers. But if you write more and more, somewhere you have to do the compromise with your answer also in order to complete the entire paper. So this need to be taken care of, since at the intermediate level, your paper is not like that of a foundation, because earlier it was 60 marks. But since now at intermediate level, it is 100 marks full paper. So you have to do everything within 3 hours, a complete paper. And some questions are really very tricky sometimes you get stuck up. So it may be possible that it may take more time, whatever the time you have allotted during the examination for attempting that particular question.
Yes. Inter में तो आपको time ही नहीं मिलेगा extra question करने का.
सोचने का. Yes.
You will not get time.
तो उतना ही लिखो बेटा, क्योंकि it's required that you should attempt the full paper. This is only the key कि आप पूरा paper करके आए.
Yes. सारे questions करके आओ.
सारा question करके आइए. Yes. Except whatever is to be left in the optional. Yes. Don't try कि हम optional भी कर ले, हमें आता है तो. That should not be done. तो please इस चीज का ध्यान रखिए. Take care of this thing. And proper conclusion in line with the requirement of question. भैया मैंने आपको कहा conclusion is again the very important part of the answers. Already answers, in law, whenever the paper is generally being checked, so certain breakup of marks is there. If it is a 5 marks any question is there, so they will give certain marks to the legal provision. 3 marks, 2 marks, depend upon the nature of the provision or the length of the provision or the requirement of the question, how much the legal provision is required to be mentioned. Accordingly, certain marks is allotted to the legal provision. And certain marks will be allotted to the conclusion. So please don't leave the conclusion. Give the conclusion also in order to come up with the complete answer. Now, how to attempt the paper? ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट है. हमने आपको पहले बताया आपको क्या करना है, क्या नहीं लिखना है, कैसे लिखना है, ये बता दिया. नाउ द थिंग इज दैट कि आपको एमसीक्यूज कैसे आंसर करने हैं, बिकॉज मेनी स्टूडेंट आल्सो हैव दिस कंसर्न हाउ टू अटेम्प्ट द एमसीक्यूज. बेसिकली जो एमसीक्यूज होते हैं, टेस्ट योर कंसेप्चुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द क्वेश्चन एंड दे हॉर्न योर एनालिटिकल स्किल, कि आप कितना एनालाइज कर पाते हैं, कितना किसी कंडीशन में यू टेंड टू गिव योर ओन जजमेंट और योर ओन यू कैन से डिसीजन और द ओपिनियन. So that is being tested through the MCQs. So basically in MCQs, very easy to score, but very difficult also at the same time. Kyun easy hai? Because in MCQs, because option or answers are already given to you. If you have very well understanding of the concept, you will be able to mark the correct option and you will get the full marks. Lekin, if you are confused, you are not able to understand or you have no clarity, then in that case, you will completely lose the marks. So डिस्क्रिप्टिव में आपको ये फायदा हो जाता है, इफ यू राइट समथिंग यू गेट समथिंग, but in MCQs if you lose the correct answer you lose every marks. So here the option in the MCQs are very near to each other. This is what in all the 4 options you will, when you will reading, you will finding, oh, the first option seems to be correct. Moving to the next, oh, this is also seems to be correct. तीसरा पढ़ेंगे तो यार नहीं ये भी ठीक ही लग रहा है, it is also seem to be right only. And after reading fourth you'll say, oh, 100% this is right. So ऐसे में क्या होता है, if you have the concept clarity, read the options clearly, and in the given situation, what reference the question has been asked, in reference to that question, the correct and appropriate word I am here using is appropriate. Appropriate option needs to be marked. The most appropriate answer within the given requirement of the question in the terms of the legal provision that is applicable, that needs to be marked. ठीक है, तो इसलिए read properly the question and read the options, मतलब in line with it, and clearly and understood what they are asking about and what the provision is saying about and what the options are telling or giving in reference to that. In case scenarios, what happened? You have to read the scenario carefully because the information given over there, you need the information nicely because on the basis of that information only the MCQs are being asked. So there in case scenarios, what will happen? It will be followed by 3 or 4 or 5 MCQs. And they all will be application based because they will be based on the informations. Yes. And that information you have to seek from that information to drive your answer. Whatever the information is given, out of that information, you have to drive your answer in light with the relevant legal provision. So read the information properly. These are other important aspects of the MCQs, that all the questions of the MCQs are compulsory. 30 mark segment for the MCQs already said to you. So all the MCQs will be compulsory. Then no internal or external choice. No negative marking, already said to you. No reasoning required. Simply mark your option A, B, whatever. Then
OMR based.
It's an OMR based. Yes. So because no reasoning का प्रश्न ही नहीं होता. Yes, absolutely right. फिर है आपका MCQs will be knowledge और application based considering of 1 or 2 marks. अभी जरूरी नहीं कि knowledge based है तो 1 ही marks होगा. Depend करता है कि वो कैसा क्वेश्चन आपसे पूछा. कई बार knowledge based is also not that simple. इतना भी easy नहीं होता है कई बार. तो आपको वहां पे आपकी मेमोरी चेक होती है. द नॉलेज दैट यू हैव गेन्ड इज बीइंग टेस्टेड, कि आप कितना अंडरस्टूड कर पाए हैं लॉ को. तो ऐसे कंडीशन में इट मे डिपेंड अपॉन द नेचर ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, वेदर विल बी ऑफ 2 marks or 1 marks, or whether it will be of KC based, CK based, or it will be a application based. So that needs to be taken care of. These two nature of the MCQs will be asked in the examination. Now with respect to the descriptive questions, right? In descriptive questions also we said there will be scenario based, problem based, situation based, or other will be, you can say, direct nature of questions will be there. So here what will happen, how you can lay down such types of the questions, very simple. It has been said that you can recall the legal provision. First, the thing is that when you read any of this, problem based question or situation based question, first you tend to make in your mind to which legal provision is prevail. आपको recall करना पड़ेगा कि yes, if it is related to change in the name of the registered company, so then you tend to know which legal provision will come. Yes, section 16. Yes, section 16 of the Companies Act, right? That you will make it out. And after recalling, you just write down the legal provision, correlate whatever fact is given, okay, with the information provided in the legal provision, then give conclusion with the correct answer. In line with the legal provision, in the given situation, what shall be the answer? You conclude your answer in that way. The length of the answer should be in commensurate with the marks. Please take a note. It should be in commensurate. No need to write extra things. Please strictly avoid writing extra things. Okay? Don't think कि हम ज़्यादा copy भरेंगे तो ज़्यादा अच्छा number आएगा. It's not that way. So just make best utilize that you attend the entire paper, and that too as per the weightage of marks allotted to the point. And then answer in properly framed language. This has already been explained. Yes. Then avoid giving generalized answer. That should also be taken care of. कि आपको generalized answer नहीं देना है. Legal support होना चाहिए आपके answer को. Should be properly supported by the legal reasoning, the legal provision, and to the related to the provision, to the extent provision to which it relates, and then concluding your answer. So that way, this is how the descriptive scenario based answer can be given. Simple step है. आप सबसे पहले relevant legal provision लिखिए, then point out the this legal issue whatever is being given in the question, and then conclude your answer. Or either you can move this order in other way round, give the legal issue first whatever has been given in the question, then considering that this legal issue will pertain to this relevant section or it will be regulated by this legal provision, and then accordingly the following shall be the conclusion. So any of the steps can be followed up. So that can be taken, and you can, if you follow these simple criteria of the steps, so somewhere it will improve your performance, and then it will be in line with the expectation level of the examination.
Because under the examination, stepwise marking is being followed.
Yes.
Because if your question is of 4 marks, so we can say that 2 marks will be for provision and 2 marks will be for answer. So your stepwise marking को ध्यान में रखते हुए हमें legal provisions is a must.
अब ये आपका आ गया डायरेक्ट थ्योरेटिकल. इसमें अगर आप देखेंगे, आप डायरेक्ट थ्योरेटिकल, जो थ्योरेटिकल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, दे आर मोर डिफिकल्ट टू सिक्योर गुड मार्क्स. प्रॉब्लम बेस्ड क्वेश्चन या प्रैक्टिकल पेपर से मार्क्स लाना फिर भी इजी होता है. इट इज मोर इजी इन कंपैरिजन टू द थ्योरेटिकल नेचर ऑफ द पेपर और द थ्योरेटिकल नेचर ऑफ द क्वेश्चंस, you can say. So what happens is that rather than writing a plain para over there, you should break down your provisions into different paras with heading given to it, okay, or numbering given to it, or certain important lines to be marked over there, or bullet headings can be there. So what will it will be giving an effect to the paper checker ki yes, it is readable. First of all, it is easy to make it out ki yes, this point has been covered. If it is given under different heading or the bullet points, so that will be one of the profit. Secondly, if you break the answer of the this break points of paragraph, then short things are there, it is easily catchy, and they can make it out ki yes, this important point has been covered in the answer. But if you give in a single paragraph, so sometimes paper checker miss it out ki oh, the paragraph dikhai nahi, because whole paragraph seems to be monotonous type.
Yes.
So that should be avoided. It should be in small paras, small points, and bullets and headings. That should be there. Then of course language framing is of course required, and no diagram. This is the रामबाण की भाई ये सब करना ही नहीं है और आपको सिर्फ ये स्टेप करना है. So you need to take care while writing the answer with respect to the theoretical aspect. Now this is another important step, that is how to manage time in examination. Time तो ऐसी चीज है कि कहते हैं ना, ये आपकी 15 मिनट ये जो आपका टाइम होता है, टाइम मैनेजमेंट आपका ही शुरू हो जाता है जैसे आपका पेपर हाथ में दिया जाता है. The time starts from that moment because 15 minutes time is given for reading of the paper, the reading time. उसी समय आपको अपना कहते हैं ना उस 15 मिनट को इतना अच्छे से यूटिलाइज करना है at that very moment, what to study, which question to be attempted first, and to give a quick glance to the entire paper at a moment, and accordingly what to leave it and everything if there is any choice of which question you are going to do first. तो ये सब आपको उसी मोमेंट पे करना है, और each time should be given to each and every question that की जिससे आप प्रॉपर टाइम को मैनेज कर पाए during the examination duration में, so that you be at ease और रिलैक्स रहे आप अपना पेपर करते समय और आपका कुछ छूटे ना.
Make optimum use of 15 minutes given for reading, as very well said by Nisha, that before starting of your paper, before 15 minutes of the paper, you will get the question paper of MCQ as well as descriptive. So how to utilize that 15 minutes time? You can read the entire question paper carefully, and MCQ portion also. And out of 5 questions, question number 1 is compulsory, and out of remaining 4 questions, you have to attempt any 3. So you can decide that which question you are losing, which question you are not attempting, which question is optional. So because in that question you are having less confidence, so you can skip that question and you can decide that from 4 questions I am not going to do this question, and 3 questions I will do. You can also decide the sequence. Like for example, you can decide that I am going to do the MCQ part first, or I am going to the division part first. Okay, as per your convenience, but our advice is that you can do the MCQ part, because MCQ is your 30 marks, and it can be easily, you can complete your MCQ part in half an hour, 30 minutes time. For 30 minutes time, 30 marks is a very good option. So you can start from division A, then division B. From division B, question number 1 is compulsory. Out of 4, you have to do 3. So you can decide the sequencing also. Like for example, most of the cases, question number 1, which is compulsory, is some tricky. So you can skip that question. You can start from question 2, 3, 4 or 5 as per your choice. And after finishing all the questions, you can attempt your question 1. But do not leave any question. Out of 5 questions, you have to 4. So subparts, your sequencing of subparts should be same. Like for example, question number 2, you are attempting first. So A, B, C, D, your subparts will be given. So sequencing of subparts should not be changed. It should be in proper sequence like A, B, C, D. हमें पेपर को mix and match नहीं करना. It has to be simple for the paper checker. Okay. It has to be very simple, like yes, बच्चे ने ये करा है. Left margin you can leave. You can leave, underline the headings, important points, if the time allows. After completing the entire paper, if 10 to 15 revision minutes, you can underline the important. You can make the headings. You can make the paper lucrative so that the paper checker gives you good marks. So 15 minutes time you can decide which question you are not going to attempt and which question you are attempting, division A, division B, out of division B, which questions. Go through all the questions quickly. You can do it within the 15 minutes time. But अगर आपको 15 मिनट में आप पूरा नहीं पढ़ पा रहे तो 5 to 10 minutes you can further take to go through all the questions carefully. Select the questions that you will be attempting from all the questions. Mark the question which you will be attempting first. We will already told you that we in which question you are 100% confident कि yes, I will make the answer in very good form, very lucrative form. I will present the answer in very good manner. So start with that because first impression is the last impression. अगर आप जो क्वेश्चन में आप you are less confident, you start with that question, तो एग्जामिनर को लगेगा, पेपर चेकर को लगेगा कि इस बच्चे को कुछ आता नहीं है. तो start with the question in which you are 100% confident. Allocate an estimated time for each question based on their difficulty level and marks carried keeping aside 10 to 15 minutes for revision. Okay, as I already said to you that 15 minutes reading time is there. From the 3 hours, you need minimum 30 to 40 minutes for MCQs. अब आपको division B में से 4 questions करने हैं. Question A में, question 1 में you will take some more time because it's a tricky one. It's a fully application and oriented question. So out of remaining 2 hours and 30 minutes, you can decide around 20 minutes for each question. Because if you set the target for 20 to 25 minutes, it will reach to 2.5 hours. और 10 minutes आपको रिवीजन के लिए भी रखते हैं. तो टारगेट हम कम का बनाएंगे क्योंकि मे बी इन सम क्वेश्चन यू कैन टेक सम 5 to 10 minutes अप. किसी क्वेश्चन में आपको कम भी टाइम लग सकता है, किसी क्वेश्चन में आपको ज्यादा भी टाइम लग सकता है. बट हमें 3 घंटे का टारगेट लेके नहीं चलना. वी हैव टू टेक द टारगेट दैट एंटायर पेपर वी हैव टू फिनिश इन 2 hours 30 minutes और मैक्सिमम 40 minutes. बिकॉज 20 minutes टाइम हमें स्लॉट में रखना है, हमें खाली रखना है, सरप्लस रखना है, ताकि वो 20 minutes को अगर हमें किसी क्वेश्चन में ज्यादा टाइम लग रहा है तो वी कैन टेक दैट टाइम फ्रॉम देयर. एंड 10 minutes का आपको रिवीजन करना है. यू कैन मेक द अंडरलाइन, यू कैन हेडिंग अंडरलाइन ऑफ द हेडिंग्स. Write each answer in commensurate with the marks which the question carries, as very well explained by Nisha. That हमें मार्क्स को देखते हुए हमें अपना आंसर लिखना है. ये नहीं कि हम 4 नंबर में भी पेजेस भरे जा रहे हैं कि हमें सब कुछ आता है. अगर आपका प्रोविजन, आपका क्वेश्चन सबसेक्शन कोई फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू टेक सबसेक्शन 135 कॉर्पोरेट सोशल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, अगर आपका सेक्शन सबसेक्शन 1 के ऊपर है कि हमें कॉर्पोरेट CSR कमेटी बनानी है या नहीं बनानी, जो आपका नेटवर्थ है, आपका पेड अप कैपिटल है, आपका टर्नओवर है, तो हमें सिर्फ सबसेक्शन 1 ही कोट करना है. हमें एंटायर सेक्शन, वी डोंट हैव टू कोट द एंटायर सेक्शन 135. ओके, क्योंकि देयर इज नो नीड. जनरलाइज आंसर नहीं चाहिए. टू द रेलिवेंट एक्सटेंट ऑफ द लीगल प्रोविजन हमें सबसेक्शन 1 लिखना है. और सम क्वेरीज आर कमिंग कि वी हैव टू राइट द मेन सेक्शन along with the subsection. If you are 100% confident with the subsection, so you can quote as per section 135(1) of the Companies Act. If you are not confident कि from which subsection the question is being asked, so you can directly write as per section 135 of the Companies Act. और अगर आपको सेक्शन भी आपको 101% है, you are not sure कि 134 है 135, तो you can simply start from as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013. So according to marks commensurate, you have to write. Answer should be precise and to the point. Yes, many queries we have received that writing of section number in exams. Dear students, as told you many times that writing of section number as CA is a professional course. Though it is not mandatory, but we advise that do write the section numbers in your exams because presentation matters a lot. If you write section numbers, so it will the examiner will interpret yes, it's a legal. He is writing a legal language. ये लीगल का बच्चा है, ओके, कि लीगल लैंग्वेज में ही इज राइटिंग, तो इसको लॉ अच्छी तरह आता है, ही हैज अ गुड नॉलेज ऑफ लॉ. तो वी रिकमेंड दैट आप सेक्शन नंबर लिखिए. सब सेक्शंस लिखने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट अगर आपको आता है तो यू कैन राइट. बट इफ यू आर नॉट कॉन्फिडेंट कि व्हाट सेक्शन नंबर विल बी देयर, what on which section the question is asked, to simply write from the as per the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 or as per the provisions of the LLP or as per the general clauses, because Companies Act के section numbers याद करना, it is easy to remember the section numbers of Companies Act. But if we go to the other laws, especially in the case of general clauses, I think it will be difficult for me or for you also.
Yes, there's a reason for it, because in companies laws everything is interconnected. You see the first chapter is related, agar if it is pertaining to the incorporation, then second chapter we were talking about how the capital investment is being done, how the funds management is done to run the company, how the shares will be issued to the company. Everything has a sequencing, and in sequencing it is very easy to retain the section. So only try to retain the section, because somewhere it affects on the presentation, and presentation, as already is being said, it makes a difference.
Yes.
So try to write the section because it gives weightage to your presentation, and this is the requirement of the hour. So better to inculcate and preferable to write the section number.
But avoid quoting wrong section number.
Yes, the wrong thing should not be done, but that needs to be considered.
It may fetch your marks. It may have a negative impact on your marks.
Then
assumptions. Yes, sometimes the question is asking something which you are not 100% confident, or some anomaly is there in the question. Maybe papers में कुछ anomaly है, so you want to take some assumption. So yes, you can take that on the you can write assumption that I am taking this assumption, and on that basis you can provide your answers. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, queries, length of answer. We have already told you that you should keep your answer precise, you're to the point, but ये भी नहीं कि you are writing very less. You are presenting in diagrammatic form, flow chart. नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be properly legal language. No generalized answer should be there. According to the marks को आपको नजर में रखना है. You have to keep in mind the marks also. You have to keep in mind that which subsection, which subsection is asked. Do not write the entire section. Just write the subsection. Then you can correlate the section with the facts given. Because stepwise marking हमारी is there in your examination. तो stepwise marking में अगर there is a question of application and oriented, तो अगर you have directly given the answer, but you have not quoted the legal language, you have not quoted the legal provision, the act, the provision, so you will not get the full marks in that question. So if the question is of 4 marks, or for example, if the question is of 5 marks, so 2 or 3 marks will be there for your legal provision, and 2 or 3 marks will be there for your answer. So your answer should be a combination of legal provision plus your answer based on that legal provision. Okay.
Even Miss Saida Sohera is also asked something about the length of the answer. Dear Shaida, one thing is that number of pages is not the criteria of the quality of the answer. You should focus on the quality. You should focus on the requirement. So just consider what all has been asked. You have to see sometimes many question contains 2 to 3 subparts also. So accordingly, if you give reply to the 2-3 subparts of the question, already it will suffice the purpose, and breakage of marks is given to each and every portion. So rather than just looking, yes, if I'm going to write for complete 2 pages, then I'm going to get, it will be complying with the requirement of this, incommensurate marks. So no, the quality as per the requirement of the question. This is the key to write or decide the length of the answer. So considering that only, you need to mention how much you have to write the answer, what should be the length, what should be, to the point, considering the relevant portion that needs to be considered in line with the requirement of the question.
Some queries in examination. First question is attempt compulsory. Yes. Descriptive में division B में your question number 1 will be compulsory. Is there negative marking in MCQ? No, there is no negative marking in MCQs in intermediate and final. There is no negative marking. Do we need to give explanation of MCQs? No. Since MCQs are being asked in OMR sheet, you have to simply darken the circles. Like for example, question number 1, there will be 4 circles. So you have to fill that circle. Like option C is correct. So you have to fill the circle of C. So there is no point of writing the reasoning. Can we use different pens like red, black, and blue, or only one?
Please read the instructions. In that case,
we are not fully much confident because blue is a must, but red and black ke liye we are not confident. How many MCQ questions will be there, dear student? It will be around 19 to 20 questions because some MCQs will be 2 marks also. So, but total
it varies.
30,
but it will be it will be of 30 marks, but the number of questions varies.
Yes. Ma'am, examination कहाँ conduct होंगे? Examination तो examination centers पे होंगे. ये Utkarsh Sharma is sending so many queries. He is not concentrating on the session. He is writing so many times. Ma'am, ऐसा एक session audit का भी होना चाहिए.
We will communicate. Utkarsh, we will communicate to the concerned these faculties, and they will.
But please
they will look
be focused.
Because beta, we are ready. We are receiving continuous your queries.
Yes.
There's nothing to worry about. But in that case, what happens? The queries, that they keep on shifting. In that case, we miss out on relevant and important queries.
Yeah. Ma'am, can we write the answers which we know more appropriately first and last? Others one, yes, dear student, you can choose the option, choose the answers which you want to attempt first. Quality matters, not the quantity. Yes. How to maintain notes?
Notes, देखो ये depend करता है. It's because everybody's own, a technique of learning and reading. So notes you can prefer either by marking itself in the book, the important point, or you can, whenever you sit while reading with the study material, take a copy, keep a copy with you, and there itself you start laying down in the form of a diagram, something point you have read it. If there is some sub point or sub part or something required, you can just make a flow chart of it. Or what you can do, you can make a table. If there's any kind of, comparison or certain type of important steps are there, so you can write down, that is step 1, step 2, step 3, or in the flow chart. So it depends actually in whatever way you can make your notes. So that note will be helpful to you while revision. And if you want, already Saransh is there somewhere. It will give you an idea. It will give you an idea how you can prepare your notes. It is not just that we are saying you read that only, but as per your convenience, it is a ready to refer that material. You can take the help of it, how you can prepare your notes and how you can read and understand your subject.
The expert faculty who will take the LVC class, that they will also provide you the notes.
Yes.
So you can refer that on the basis of you can keep them as a base, and on that also you can prepare your.
Yes, you can download the materials that they are going to share during the session, and that materials can also be referred at the very moment.
Is there negative marking in descriptive answers? No, dear student, there is no negative marking in either MCQs nor in descriptive.
कम ज़्यादा हो सकता है पर negative नहीं हो सकता.
If not enough confident to answer to question first one, yes,
you can skip and you can move to the other.
Question number 1 is compulsory.
You can do later on whenever you, but surely do the attempt the question. Whatever you have the basic idea as per your general understanding and wisdom, intelligence, you can write down something so that at least you get something. How many marks are for direct question and practical questions? We have already explained around 50% will be your direct knowledge and around 50 will be your application, practical questions. Because already skill grid has been shared with you. So already we have provided you what nature of the problem, practical question will be asked and what will be the direct nature of the question. You can refer these sessions later on also wherever you have the confusion. It will be available for reference of you students. Ma'am, I heard that. Ma'am, I heard that only black pens are allowed in the papers to answer. Ma'am, please reply. Dear student, we are not aware about the pen. Because we are not the right or the concerned person. Examinations, so you can confirm or you can read the answer sheet. Instructions. The instructions, instructions will be there. But if you are not aware, so kindly take black pen also, blue pen also. Take black pen. Yes. Though as per this common, generally it's there, but kindly read the instructions once and then accordingly do it. Group 1 still in out of stock. I think it will be it will come very soon. Meanwhile, you can refer from the BUS website soft copies.
In journal, how many descriptive questions will be there? In journal, there will be 5 descriptive questions, further subdivided into subparts. Out of 5, question number 1 will be compulsory, and out of remaining 4, you have to attempt 3. Can we use short form exam? No, dear students, you cannot use short form. But for example, if you are writing annual general meeting ka AGM, so first you can write annual general meeting and bracket mein you can write AGM. Then in the same answer you can use
that
abbreviation
abbreviated terms. Yes.
Yes. How to avoid the fear of writing?
बेटा इसका तो एक ही इलाज है,
प्रैक्टिस.
आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी है. आप बस कंटिन्यूअस, जब रोज आप ये चीज बना लो कि मुझे 24 घंटे में से मुझे एटलीस्ट 5 क्वेश्चंस रोज लिखने हैं. आई एम टेलिंग यू, दिस इज द वेरी, मतलब एक कहते हैं सक्सेसफुल फॉर्मूला है. दिस इज व्हाट आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ द किड? या संतोष. नहीं, हाउ टू अवॉइड. या तो संतोष, द थिंग इज दैट कि बेटा यू हैव टू डू द राइटिंग प्रैक्टिस फॉर एटलीस्ट in a day, in a 24 hours before going to sleep, after whatever you've read in throughout the day, just pick the chapter which you have completed, write at least 5 questions. The best 5 questions which you feel like, yes, it is complicated or it is something more, it takes efforts in, or it's more complicated in nature. You simply pick that question. First, you read it because already you have read the chapter. It will not take you much time in understanding and correlating the question and the answer. Then write it. Because the simple formula is the writing only, and writing will make you, it will change you. It will change yourself, and you will find that yes, you will become confident. That I can write the answer as given in the study mat if I'm going to practice. Yeah, I tend to develop the capacity of writing the answer as per the examination requirement. And in that case, you tend to get command over the subject. So this is required. This is the ticket for the success actually. Writing is something which can take you to the success. पढ़ते सभी हैं, सभी same material use कर रहे हैं, they are reading the same thing, but then also why not the marks are same? This is just the one simple thing, the practice, the writing, the presentation of the answer. कहते हैं लास्ट में जो किया वही रिफ्लेक्ट होगा ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन. द 3 hours आपको आर या पार की स्थिति में रखता है. So that is the thing, and that needs to develop the confidence there itself. कि when you are writing, you are confident, and confidence comes only when you are tend to do the same thing repeatedly. और repeatedly करने के लिए एटलीस्ट आप ये कर लो कि आप हैबिट बना लो कि रोज बिफोर गोइंग टू स्लीप आई एम गोइंग टू अटेंड 3 to 5 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम अ पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर एंड यू आर राइटिंग. इस तरह से जस्ट मेंटेन अ सेपरेट नोटबुक ऑफ राइटिंग. आपको धीरे धीरे प्रैक्टिस करते करते एंड बाय राइटिंग डे इन डे आउट you tend to develop that capacity, and you can write any of the answer as per the requirements, or as per the examination expectations, so that will work out.
Yes, some key points to consider. Many a time students resort to giving generalized answers without capturing the exact provisions. It may be avoided. An answer should be given in legible English language. Only shorthand notes, diagrams may be avoided. Avoid using short forms, WhatsApp, SMS language while answering the questions. This we have already explained you. If abbreviations are to be used, I have given you the example of AGM. First, define the abbreviation and then you may use the short form. So these are the all important key points you can keep in mind. Yes. So some queries we have received that for accounting exam, we should use any calculator or normal calculator. I think it's normal calculator. But just confirm from the accounting faculty. Whenever the lecture is, yes, LBC will be taken by the accounting faculty. So you can ask from him or her. Ma'am, MTP taken by ICAI is checked by ICAI. No, dear student, it is not checked by ICAI. I think branches. Yes, it is checked at respective branches only. And if you are doing the MTP at home, after downloading from the website, after 2 days of downloading the question paper, the answers will be uploaded on the website. So you can, within the 2 days, you can take the question, write the answers. You can conduct within 2.5 hours or 3 hours as per your choice. And you can compare your answers because you are the judge of your own. जो चीजें आप अपने compare कर पाओगे, nobody will can. और आप अपने से झूठ नहीं बोल सकते हैं. Yes. So आप जैसा करोगे, you can say and accept कि yes, मेरे से गलती हो गई है. तभी आप आगे मूव कर पाएंगे. अगर आप कहेंगे नहीं क्वेश्चन पेपर ही ऐसा बनाया है, तो then you can't, then we are helpless in that case. Shatrughan is asking something. How to control theory fear, ये आपने समझा दिया. One question is for how much marks, ma'am? One question is from I think 12 to 17 marks का पेपर आपका बनता है
होने की
और
वजह से
अभी
डिवाइड हो जाएंगे। हाँ।
अभी this is has not been decided the paper marks. Now books are available in the CDS portal. Disha is informing the students कि yes, now books are available in the CDS portal, so you can go through the CDS portals and order the new books. I get old scheme book, then where to purchase new scheme book? It is available on the CDS portal, or a soft copy is available on the website. You can also take the printout. Is it necessary to answer the question serially? No. The main questions you can sequencing, you can change, but subparts ka, it is advisable to maintain the sequencing of the subparts. Ma'am, I have got the new books, but one or two portion is not printed in the book of law, where it is available in the BUS portal.
Already told you, Jaydas, you can go to the BUS knowledge portal and there you will be finding under the new course, the new study material. From there, you can refer the respective page and you can take a printout, which is 1 or 2 page. You can take the printout and then you can mark it in your notebook or you can stick it over there and you can refer the same.
How much? Good evening, ma'am. क्या हम point wise answer लिखेंगे तो चलेगा? Yes, dear students, आप point wise answer लिख सकते हो according to bullets. If the question is direct in nature, so you can write in bullet points. If the answer is application, so you should write the legal language as well as the correlation of the provision plus answer.
Yes, Shadrugan, you can do it up.
How much time can we take for answer a question? Dear students, you can, for descriptive question, you can allot 20 minutes per question. But if the question needs more time, so you can take 5 to 10 minutes from the revision time. Or if the question is demanding less time, so you can complete your answer. How much cost of new syllabus book, dear students, we are not aware about this. You can search it from the CDS portal. Case questions. I am direct entry. I was not understand cases question in preparing your question given we same.
Preparing your question given in same table. Dear student Priyanka.
Cases questions, I think application oriented questions.
Priyanka, it is as simple. When we talk about the practical question, it means a scenario will be given, a problem, a issue will be given over there, a situation. And in that situation, now they will ask certain question, what you are going to do in the given situation. Now, what you have to do, you have to analyze the situation. Yes, what they have given, what they have asked. And then you will recall and you will make it out which section will apply in the given situation. And then you will come up with your own judgment, your own decision. So that is the practical nature of the question. So this is called as the problem, analytical and application approach. So when you will practice this nature of the questions from the book itself, in the book, under the test your knowledge, these kinds of questions are provided just to make you acquaint or equipped with what sort of the questions are being tested under the practical, problem-based questions. So just go through whatever the questions are given at the end of the chapter. That will just enlighten you with the nature of the questions that are being tested in the examinations.
Ma'am, my study material still not come. Can I start my study from PDF file only? Yes, you can refer from the website. Meanwhile, I think you have made the order from the CDS portal. It is under courier process. So you can study from the BUS website. Ma'am, so far doing the writing practice, what type of question should I try? I think both types of questions you can try. Descriptive question also, as well as
marks तो दोनों के ही हैं, तो
application oriented.
Yes, both.
मिनिमम कितने क्वेश्चंस होते हैं एग्जाम में? एमसीक्यूज ऑफ 30 मार्क्स. तो अगर 2 मार्क्स का है तो 2 और 1 मार्क्स का कॉम्बिनेशन है, तो इट इज नॉट डिसाइडेड कि कितने एमसीक्यूज पूछे जाते हैं. इट इज डिफरेंट. बट डिस्क्रिप्टिव में देयर आर 5 क्वेश्चंस. आउट ऑफ 5 यू हैव टू डू एनी 4 along with question number 1 is compulsory. Ma'am, can you help us with chapter wise questions arrangement in question paper? Example, question 1 comes from chapter 1.
बेटा अभी आप वेट कर लिए क्योंकि एमटीपी आएगा, तो you tend to understand what sequencing or what are the arrangement of the chapter, in which order the questions may be asked.
Maximum mark of each question, descriptive question.
Jaidas is also got some sections are not written. You just bring to our notice, Jaidas, then we will look into it. What is
just send through query through BUS mobile app. Ask your query portal is there. We will look into it.
Yes.
If we attempt law or any other theory paper, MTP, then maybe our answer not match exactly with the answer provided by the institute. Then how should we analyze ourselves? Yes, dear students, 101% your answer will not match with us. because our answers are the suggested answers. In the form of suggested answers, we are providing the answers for every student.
Because
These
this is a model question,
model
model
answers.
answers on the basis of which everything is done. So we need to not give in a layman's or in a simple
Yes.
language. Somewhere we have to mark
Maintain
up as
the
per, yes,
yes,
that level is to be maintained.
maintained. So as many questions you will read, as many of answers you will read, it will automatically come in your answers. Total exam time 3 hours plus 15 minutes reading time. How our approach to go for articleship? Where to find CA firm? This is not pertaining to us, dear student, please. Please tell the tip to clear law paper in first attempt. Dear student, this whole entire 2.5 hours is a tip for you. Ki how you clear your exam in first attempt and with exemption marks. If you have not attended the section from 6 o'clock from the starting, so it will be recorded. Just kindly, it is our advice, kindly go through it once, or if there is a need, you can see it again.
कुछ नहीं है, टिप्स है, और ये
Tips
छोटे छोटे टिप्स ही आपका एक फूलों का गुलदस्ता बनेगा. ये एक फूल है छोटे छोटे जो हमने आपको बताया, तो इट विल फॉर्म अ बुके ऑफ द फ्लावर्स, यू नो. सो जस्ट डू इट. Just you need whatever the tips you need to require and to focus on. Wherever you are lacking, you can see and look into it, and you can improve yourself in that direction.
If we can use answer sheet for working notes for MCQ, I'm not aware about MCQs.
What?
MCQs के लिए answer sheet. You have to some calculation part.
नहीं, that calculation part, I suppose somewhere they give certain rough pages are there. Rough paper in the question paper is also there, or in the answer sheet it's there. So there you can make your, you know, that notes, working notes and everything, or calculation part that you can do over there.
Which portion of law gonna hard for us? Every topic is hard and every topic is easy. It depends on you, how you take the chapter.
बस आप क्वेश्चन उठाओ, पीछे जो भी दिया हुआ है, तो यू टेंड टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट नेचर ऑफ द क्वेश्चन आर बीइंग जनरली टेस्टेड फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर.
कई बार टफ चैप्टर भी बहुत इजी बन जाता है, और इजी चैप्टर भी आपके लिए टफ हो जाता है अगर आपने उसको ठीक से नहीं पढ़ा. From where we can get the question bank to practice? Question bank, the RTP you can take, the MTP you can take. MCQ dashboard say there is a question bank of MCQ around 200 questions.
Sarvana is also asking about that he can use the Shrikant's study material. Dear student, you can use any study material. Please take a note that since the new study material had been a wider coverage in respect of certain rules, with respect to inclusion of any extra explanations or the examples or the illustration, and certain brain teaser types of questions has been put inside it. Some kind of practical insights. So please refer the study material, because many changes with respect to the coverage portion has been made within the chapter itself.
Is paper 2 all theory? Are there no practical and solving questions in all the are there no practical and solving questions in all of the 3 modules of paper 2? No, dear students, we have
it's there.
Both types of questions are available.
आप एक बार जाइए under test your knowledge heading. After the end of each and every chapter, you will be finding
3 types of questions: MCQs, direct theoretical nature, and application oriented nature.
All the 3 natures of questions are there within the test your knowledge heading. So kindly go through it.
Do we have to register for exam now or before examination? I think registrations have exam registration. Just check from the from the website. ICAI website.
Kindly go and confirm it from the website.
What are the big and small topics in law? Big and small topics.
आप ये देखोगे जो starting में आपके first Companies Act में, if you see in the Companies Act portion, first 3 chapters are मतलब incorporation, prospectus and share capital. These are lengthy, and after that management and administration is lengthy.
Yes.
And if you see after that, you will be finding up all are okay, but these 4 chapters are, you can see, bit lengthy and run in pages, but they are easy, because incorporation is a procedural compliance part. You will find the procedure how to incorporate the company. In the management, how the meeting is being conducted, how the business is being transacted. So that is simply is being told. And in prospectus, how the prospectus is issued, how the shares are said to be, you know, offered to the public. Then if you share capital, then there are different rights related to the share capital, which is issued to the shareholders or the members. So these chapters will be technical and lengthy. Rest of the chapters you will be finding to be technical but small in size. They are crisp. They are a bit technical. And if you see the LLP, again a procedural act.
Yes. But you can see that LLP ke liye the content is less, but the marks allotted is 10 marks. So 10 it's a very
स्कोरिंग है और प्रोसीजरल है,
Easy
तो
है.
you does not need to apply much your mind, you only need to retain the steps, the compliances part, वो हो जाएगा. बाकी आपको जो अदर 3 लॉज इन द अदर लॉ पोर्शन, तो इंटरप्रिटेशन जीसी अगेन थियोरेटिकल टाइप का है, थोड़ा आपको मतलब उसको पढ़ना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा समझना पड़ेगा. दे आर इन फ्रॉम माय व्यू पॉइंट इट्स लिटिल टफ बिकॉज यू हैव टू रिटेन द कंसेप्ट एंड नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड इट पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट. तो वो 2 टॉपिक्स आपको पढ़ना पड़ेगा अच्छे से. एंड फेमा इज अगेन लिटिल बिट टेक्निकल बट ये स्मॉल नाइस
10 marks. 10 marks के लिए they are very scoring.
Yes, they are scoring because since limited coverage is there. So you can say the nature of the question that will be tested will be of repetitive in nature that way.
One thing we left to tell you that specific selective study नहीं होना चाहिए. Some students क्या करते हैं कि अपने हमें कंपनीज एक्ट के कुछ चैप्टर्स हमने मिस कर दिए, जैसे प्रोस्पेक्टस अलॉटमेंट है या प्रीलिमिनरी वी हैव लेफ्ट कि नहीं मैं सारा पेपर नहीं कर सकता, सारा सिलेबस नहीं कर सकता, आई विल लीव सम चैप्टर्स. सो डियर स्टूडेंट, डोंट डू दिस मिस्टेक because your question paper is comprising of different sections. Maybe you have left some chapter और compulsory question उसके ऊपर बन जाए, or some question in which 3 subparts are there, 2 subparts you are 101% confident, but एक क्वेश्चन की वजह से आपको वो पूरा क्वेश्चन छोड़ना पड़े. तो सिलेक्टिव स्टडी सीए के पेपर में, किसी भी पेपर में नहीं होती, अवॉइड करनी है. हमें पूरा मटेरियल लेके जाना है. अगर आप पूरा पढ़ोगे तो पूरा कर आओगे, पूरा करके आओगे तो आपको 60 मार्क्स मिलेंगे. ये सोच के चलिए. अगर आपने कोई भी क्वेश्चन छोड़ दिया वहां पे, तो अगर आपने 100% का क्वेश्चन पेपर हमें पूरा अटेम्प्ट करना है, तो क्योंकि आपको सीए पेपर में प्रोफेशनल कोर्सेज में पूरे नंबर नहीं मिलते, तो आप अगर पूरा 100 मार्क्स का करोगे तो यू विल गेट 60 to 70 मार्क्स. बट अगर आप करके ही 80 मार्क्स का होगे तो योर मार्क्स विल बी अराउंड 40 to 50. रिस्क पोर्शन है, तो हमें पूरा क्वेश्चन करके आना है. अगर आप क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 कर रहे हो, आपको बी सब पार्ट नहीं आता, तो लीव अ स्पेस ऑफ 2 पेजेस. ओके, एंड आफ्टर द रिवीजन आपका स्टार्टिंग में भी आपको एंड में कुछ नहीं आ रहा, तो जैसे निशा हैज टोल्ड यू कि आप फ्लो चार्ट में भी बना सकते हो, आपको टाइम नहीं मिल रहा, कुछ भी एनीथिंग यू कैन राइट इन दैट सब पार्ट, बट डोंट स्किप, डोंट लीव एनी सब पार्ट.
Yes.
ओके,
भाई सही बात है. half of a loaf of bread is better than no bread. So you can utilize and understand this phrase very well. So we are seeing that since we are through with our sessions and considering yes, many more issues, same nature of the queries are coming again. Some students are asking, can we get blueprint? Yes, it's there in this session also, as well it is there in the prospectus. Posted on the website. You can go through and log in over there and you can find it out.
Section wise weightage will be uploaded very soon.
Yes.
Skill wise weightage के साथ prospectus is there.
Yes. So we would like to conclude our session considering that we have taken up all the queries to the maximum extent that we have received here, and we are very happy and impressed from you students ki yes, you all had made this session a successful, because being a participation in this session made a worth of taking this session, and we are really thankful and for your patience listening and coming up with your queries and issues that way. And we would like to, yes,
one query has raised many times. Ma'am, is the same paper pattern for every other paper? I think paper questions, जो आपके type of questions will be same, like AKNC and application and oriented, and paper pattern it may be varied.
Skill grade आपका same ही रहेगा intermediate level पे. Rest you can go into and see into the prospectus. Yes. As far as paper pattern is concerned, it differs little bit depending upon the nature of the subject, or where there is 2 subject a combination. Then there will be difference in the paper pattern, that too.
और MTP आएगा तो you will get an idea.
You tend to understand what the paper pattern will be followed in the examination through the way of the MTP. Very soon it will be there for you. So just looking forward to close this session down, because already our time is over as of now. We would only say that, yeah, agar if you want to get rid of this examination again reading the same paper, so भैया इसका बेस्ट तरीका है कि just clear the paper. Otherwise every time you will be seeing us only and the same type of the lectures is saying, oh ma'am, every time you are giving up the tips. So we just want you to succeed and move forward, and so get clear this paper. And also the easiest way you should think, one should consider that examination is like, that someone is punching on your head. So just assemble all your strength to get rid of this examination. Fear should not be there at all. Remove this phobia from your inside. Exam is, it is not that tough. It is only our thought process, what is there. We consider it as a tough. Our, beforehand we just presume ki, oh, how the paper will come, we will not be able to write this. This is to be done, this is to be done, that is to be done. Just forget everything. Just do your best. Just study. Just focus. And instead of worrying ki how the paper is going to come, how you're going to write it, just forget about everything. So forget about things, because your talent, dedication, and hard work will surely lead you to the victory. This is the fine and the last line, I would say. And any line that you would like to add?
Yes, just believe in yourself. Everything is possible.
Yes.
Just believe in yourself.
One more last line. अब आप सोचेंगे मैडम तो छोड़ती नहीं है पीछा, लेकिन बेटा this is for your good and we really want you to see at the top of the success, at the mountain, you know.
We want that you fatafat you just come to the final
level. Yes. So exam is not only testing your, you know, this academic knowledge, but in fact it is a test of your calmness, stability, and courage. So with this, we would like to end our session. Wish you all the best, students, and please keep in tune with our coming technical sessions coming from 3rd October onwards. So all the best.
All the best.
And have a good day, good health, and keep smiling. Bye.